thank Richie Thayer from Thayer's Marine for keeping me and Travis on the water. You know, when you're fishing on the Great Lakes, you're dealing with wind, waves, and opportunities for disaster. But when you buy a boat from Richie Thayer, you're on the water for every tournament, buddy.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
Travis, you fish. Oh, Travis doesn't need any help. Travis doesn't need any help. Travis.
So, Katsu number 5. So we're doing a little burn and stop technique. Big time burn and stop, and they're hitting.
Yo, welcome to Smallmouth Crush Live with my co-host Epic Eric. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday, happy Easter, happy everything. What's up, man?
Dude, man, I cannot believe that you're retiring.
From?
I mean, that conversation we had last week. This is the part where you say April Fools. You're supposed to play along with the joke.
Got it. I hate April Fools. I think it's a useless holiday. I think it's
all holidays in your mind are useless, so this is very consistent. Let's just get that out of the way first, right? I mean, is there any holiday that carries any significant meaning for you? Boxing Day in Canada? What do you think, Matt?
No.
See, so it's consistent that you would not like April Fools. That's why you just weren't going to play along with the joke, man. I was going to say retiring from bass fishing.
All right.
People would be like,
yeah.
What the heck? You could have fooled everybody today. Just in fun.
Yeah.
You were down back in the day.
Yeah. 4th of July. I like the 4th of July.
Okay. Independence, man.
I like Halloween.
Nice.
Christmas,
yeah.
I get annoyed with all the lights and the Christmas music.
I got you, man. So, what's happening, man?
Oh, we're done. I was going to talk about.
Well,
Christmas.
I mean, you want to talk about Christmas? It's April. We'll save that for the Christmas special. Maybe we should do a Christmas special. See if we can get Travis in the spirit of things. You know, we got until December to get there. Do a Christmas auction. Something like that, right? You've been trout fishing, bro. Steelhead fishing, right?
Yeah, I've been wandering the streams, catching some steelhead, some brown trout.
Wandering the streams. You learning some stuff?
It's quite relaxing.
I know. I agree. My neighbor brought out his fly rod, man. We cleaned up the line. I think he had some Cortland tan, floating forward sink, whatever that's called. And I could still lay it out there, man. Like I didn't get the double haul going, but you know the double haul, shoom, and then you let that line go up, and then you boom, and then the triple haul. Man, I miss it. I love it, dude. That was fun. Felt good to have a fly rod in my hand again. I'd love to when we go out with Brooksy. Bring a fly rod up, man. No difficult waiting for me, man.
Brooks? We never go out with Brooks.
I thought we were going to try to go out with Brooks and maybe get some late season steelheading or something.
He always says,
I know.
no.
We'll get it, man. No. We'll get it, man. We'll get him out there, man. It'd be fun. Me, you, and Brooksy been on the stream, bro.
Brooks is good like 2 weeks out of the year when the salmon go up in the river.
I mean, all right. Then you and I will have to do it. I'll just walk along the beach.
That's when Brooks is good.
I don't want to say.
All he does is sit in that office, try to sell some fishing line. The dude doesn't even know how to fish. He bitched about cleaning 20 crappies.
Brooks, are you listening to this at Cortland?
Well, he's listening after. He's probably listening on his drive.
He's going to listen tomorrow. We got it early in the show. He doesn't have to wade through 45 minutes of nonsense to get there, man.
I just want to welcome everyone to the show.
Yeah.
See some familiar people. Who's new? I'll always like to hear that.
Yeah, who's in the house, man? Let's see who was first. E-Stack was first. Wave Currents and Ice. The Adagram. Bassmaster 39. Is that new?
We always like to do a little giveaway here.
Oh, what you got tonight?
The Smallmouth Crush giveaway. Basically, you do a super chat and
look at that. You've memorialized it. You're really getting like formal with this giveaway. This is a new thing. What was the inspiration, bro?
I'm trying.
There you go. You're doing.
So for every $1 you donate through super chat, if you don't know how, you go to YouTube, create some weird account, link up your bank accounts, and away you go. Real simple.
Jack G, longtime listener, first time caller. Just quiet. Torgy, thanks, man. Brian New for president. Go ahead, Trav. Sorry. I'm sorry.
This is a very large prize pack.
That's the prize pack tonight.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is loaded.
Crush sticker.
Right.
You got your buff.
Country, right? Buff. Yeah.
Gloves.
Another buff.
Gloves. You got an AFCO. I think this is a size. Let me look. Don't matter. One size fits all. Extra large. This is the AFCO Monster Bass. Really cool pullover.
Yeah. Hooded.
I love this.
Nice. Performance wear. What size is that thing?
XL. Then I got a size large Smallmouth Crush Performance.
Nice.
Then I got a Mercury hat.
Okay. It's an endless supply of Mercury.
Our Monster Bass box, actually.
Yeah, man. I don't get those anymore, man.
Bunch of baits in here, guys. All kinds of cool stuff. Blade baits, spinner baits. Yep. Got a rod sleeve in here. So a cool little prize package. Of course, Monster Bass does monthly box subscriptions. They also got a bunch of tackle on their website, monsterbass.com. And we're going to throw that Monster Bass box in with the dealio tonight. So
nice. Hey, man.
There's your prize package.
New listener, first time listener from Buffalo, Mark Flynn. M. Jones is new, he says, and he donated $10. Can he get it? Wilbur Miller's in for $5. I like it, man.
Oh, Wilbur.
Hey, Lee, Mark Flynn. He's from Buffalo too. You got Lee from Buffalo, Mark Flynn from Buffalo. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let me know in the chats what's going on. Fishing world. There's a lot,
bro. What's going on?
We're going to get to the Bass Lab, but we need to know a few things.
What do you
Dedicated endurance, lost all respect for be new. What does that mean?
Well, this could be a long conversation, so just give me a minute to just show a few things from the Bass Lab, and then we'll get to because once we get into this topic, bro, it's going to go deep. There are multiple things that happened this week. So look, for you guys that are interested, man, I got a fresh little batch of Epic Shads up on the site. If you guys don't know it, it's the big flat side that Marty Burns makes me. It's about an ounce, and it's got that old school ticker in it, and the colors are, this is kind of like a hot chartreuse shad, Lucky Craft Bull Bream, and Zoom, WEC Zoom Classic Color. TK nailed it, man. They're up on the site at the Bass Lab. I think some are already sold out, so I don't get many. That bait right there in one of my other shad colors helped contribute to one of my wins with Scooter Lily recently. I also want to do a shout out to Darius King, man. He sent me another gift pack. Darius, you rock, bro. I didn't have this. This is a Fred Young collector's edition. It's the plastic one.
Wow.
And it was a commemorative Fred Young. How about that, man? Something that
Very
the Bass
cool.
Lab didn't have. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And then I'm trying this year. This is the wobble head. I don't know if you guys ever know. It's a metal thing. You stick a trick worm on, and you can reel it over structure. I'm putting that in the game. How about this one, Travis? A Bandit 300 and Goby. Hard to find. I'm cranking that when I come up with you. I'm going to find some deep rock. And then this crazy wake bait, man. Look at the skirt on that thing. When it gets all slicked off on the Brotomic, I'm throwing that thing, man. I'm throwing that thing. I think it might catch him. It's got a nice rattle in it. Darius, you're very generous to do that, and thank you. And,
yeah, that's awesome. So you have fans sending you free stuff. Listen, guys, if you guys want to send me anything free, just reach out and I'll send you my address. Absolutely.
There you go. All right, Travis is in for some free stuff. And then I wanted to share a story, man. I put it on my Instagram post over the weekend or today. And I was talking to Johnny Flogel from Uncle Larry's Outdoors. The crew from ULO has been on.
Yep.
And I was coming back home from Carolina, and he asked me, what are your fishing goals this year? And I talked about a couple things. But one of the things I really talked about, and I've talked about it on the show, was I want to give back, and I want to do it for kids that don't have enough, younger anglers, if you will. And man, I was down in the Carolinas with my wife several days later. We went to Oregon Inlet, which has a fishing store there. I'm standing in the checkout line because I saw half price Gamakatsu Magic Eye trebles EWGs, and I was picking a bunch of them. And this gentleman behind me, he says, "Man," he goes, "you love that treble hook?" And I said, "Yeah." And I talked to him about, our recent tournament win and how you have to change out your trebles if you're grinding rock. And he goes, "That's interesting. Do you know my brother?" And his brother's name was Todd Parker. And I'm talking to Gordon Parker. And they're there with a younger, it wasn't their son, but clearly he was related. And as we're talking about fishing, this little kid raised his hand. He goes, "I like fishing too." And I said, "Well, what's your favorite thing to fish for?" He goes, "Bass." And I'm like, "That's so cool." I said, "It's my favorite too." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, after I checked out, I said, "I want to go to my car and get you a few things." I had all my tackle ready for the next tournament at the house. So I run to my car, get some stickers from the lab, picked out a couple Timber Tigers and a few other things, gave him a box of the hooks. And I told him, when I get home, I want to do a nice Bass Lab box for you. And the grandmother and grandfather, Noah, ran over to the dock, had a little minnow net with him. Net's a little minnow about that big, but as he's running over there, the grandfather and grandmother tell me that he lost his mom a couple years ago, and his father left him who was 3, and they've been raising him. And yeah, man. And so I gave him the lures and the stickers, and he was just so happy, man. This kid he had so much joy because he was talking about fishing. He was fishing with that little minnow net, and they said they were doing the best with him, and I got their address, so I'm putting it back together. Before I left, his grandmother came over to me and said, "Noah wants to give you a hug," and I said, "Sure," and gave you a little hug, and we took a picture together, man. So it's so crazy to me that I feel like the universe is talking to me, man. So I just wanted to share that story tonight with everybody. A couple of people mentioned it tonight on the stream in the comments. So thank you guys. I try to shine some light when possible and wanted to share that moment. So another guy commented on my post today, GRT Jigs. He said he wants his address because he wants to send him some jigs too. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. I really feel like the bass fishing community is a good community. There's a lot of great people in the sport, man, and a lot of people that will, help you out when you need it. So anyway. Sure. Now let's get to the drama in bass fishing after that story.
Before we get into that, a couple things, guys. So we sold some lots of baits. We still have a 10-pack of Gajo Spirit Sheds. I think they're $30. If you're still interested, I got 4 or 5 lots. Let me know. But I wrote his last name on here. Now I can't seem to spell it. But if Robert is listening, Robert, I can't remember your last name, but I know you won and you paid me, but you never sent me your home address where to ship this. I sent you a message through PayPal, but if you're listening, I want to get this to you at some point. Okay. Other than that, we need to talk about two big things. Well, I got two.
What do you got?
But St. Croix released at the Classic a new rod series. I just want to briefly talk about. It's actually they're actually really awesome. They're one of the most sensitive rods that they've ever launched. And I got two here. I got a 610 and a 7-1. And
Nice.
this is their new physics rod.
Physics.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you it. I'm gonna show you the blank. There we go.
Okay, got it. Okay, PHYXTV.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
So it's got the molded carbon fiber trigon handle. This is the new little handle deal, which is excellent for actually being able to make more precise cast. It's a very well balanced rod. It's got the it's the SC4 blank plus blanks, titanium guides, the grip lines on it. Everything's like designed for the angler and to be the most efficient rod out there. And you guys know I love my Legend Extremes. I love my victories. I love my St. Croix Legend tournaments, and even just the Legend rods as well. But this is definitely going to be, we're going to be throwing this 610 a lot this year. And then I got a 7'1" medium. This is a 610 medium light, great for drop shotting. And then the 7'1" medium here is going to be great for, football heads, tubes, things like that. Anytime you want to just beef it up just a little bit. It's very, very sensitive rod. And I'm super impressed with the quality, and they look great. So I don't know if you guys in the comments were able to take a look at these rods yet, but it's something you're going to really want to take a look at if you're into those higher end rods. I feel they give me an advantage, especially when I'm finesse fishing. So that's
what
that.
do they retail for?
And we'll be making some videos about that. I honestly don't know that answer. We could find out right now.
Yeah, I'm curious. So that's their new highest end rod, or no?
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yes, it is.
Physics, St. Croix. Let's have a look.
I'll let you take a look at that. Let's see here.
380.
That's it?
I mean, I don't know if that's the only one that they have.
Yeah, about 375. Okay.
375 to 415 to 415.
Yes, obviously the extremes are a little bit more expensive, okay? But as far as sensitivity and just general usage, like this is a great price point for what you're getting, I feel. And like I said, I'm going to be using them a lot this year. They make a variety of sizes. I'm on their website right now. It looks like some in-store or on the St. Croix website, some are sold out, but they range from a 6'8", medium, extra fast. You got your 7-foot mediums, medium heavies, and they also have it in casting and your spinning rods as well. So
right on. How do you how does it compare to the Legend Extreme?
So as far as sensitivity, because I did throw it back in, I actually had one of these rods early or late in the season. We couldn't talk about it. We couldn't make any videos, but I definitely used it. I used it drop shotting. It was very sensitive. So I'm so used to my extremes, and that's why I use a lot of the same rods, right? Like the same handle, like the same feel. So I'm definitely going to be using them, but to switch over to all, I don't think that's going to happen. But just because I really like the same, when I pick up a rod, I like it to feel the same. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah, Rick Clun was a big advocate of that, man. Sticking with
Burn the balance is great. There's a lot of stores. If you go on St. Croix's website, you can find out what dealers are carrying these rods as well, I'm sure. But there's a lot of great tackle stores, bigger tackle stores I'm sure Susquehanna Fishing Tackle has them in. I'm assuming down at PA. So if you get your hands on them, just try them out and let me know. Let me know if you've tried them in the comments as too. I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with.
I think you got to put a reel on a rod before you understand how it feels. Like the one you're going to fish.
Sure.
I know everybody. I like to pick up a rod too, just to feel it right out of the gate. But when you put that reel on it, you know, things change dramatically, right?
Yeah, they can.
Oh man, for sure, man. Balance is key. And I like I'm really picky about the length of the butt hand. I don't know if anybody else is, but like, where the end of that butt hits me on my forearm.
You talk about it all the time.
Yeah, leverage, man. Leverage.
That's right. All right, guys, don't forget the super chats. I showed the package, the gift prize. Got a bunch of cool shirts. Monster Bass AFCO.
Yeah.
The hats, the box. Those are super chats. We only got 2 in, so right now,
you got a 50-50 shot.
Wilbur and M. Jones. So if anyone else wants to participate, let me know. All right, let's talk drama. What's the B New deal?
Okay, so Brian New got DQ'd.
From what?
I believe it was, guys, help me out. Was it an open?
No, I'm not too familiar. So Brian's on the MLF. I don't know him.
Was it MLF? Was it MLF? Guys, talk to me.
We're going to rely a lot on the comments here, I think.
Hold on. They'll come. Just ease up, man. Ease up. Okay. So here's what happened. We'll figure out what tour it was on. It was the Santee Open, like I just said. So you said MLF. You had me.
On an open.
So this is what happened, Travis. From what I remember hearing from the guy who reported him, because they say that as an angler on the opens, it's a self-policing kind of a situation. If you see an infraction, you're supposed to report the infraction.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, I guess there were multiple anglers, 3 boats, as I understand, fishing for bad fish.
All right.
And Andrew Upshaw reported it. Thank you, Grat. So Andrew Upshaw is fishing for some fish.
Yeah.
And I guess people are moving around the bay a little bit. You know, they've got their bass located. And Brian New, I don't know if this is the first time he visited this large fish on a bed. It might have been the second time. Clearly couldn't get it to bite. He shot his trolling motor one way. And Andrew Upshaw said he almost kind of like, you know how you do that double step when your boat's on 100. And then he hit the motor the other way and almost rocked out the other way. And it was clearly in Andrew's mind an attempt to blow out the bed. Now, I don't know that Andrew said this in his YouTube video, but apparently Brian went back to try to catch that fish again, make it a couple of casts. So the co's in the boat, there were 2 boats. Andrew Upshaw and his co-angler saw it. Then there was another guy behind Brian New who saw it. And I guess Andrew really thought about it. He said he prayed about it. He was struggling with what he should do, and then finally decided to, I guess, call it in. And, you know, they do the whole angler thing, committee, I guess, review after the DQ because Upshaw protested it or wanted to get a hearing. And I guess it didn't pass 2 angler reviews. And so he's DQ'd from the Santee Open. Now, I haven't heard Brian New's side because I guess he did it on Facebook. I only heard a little bit about what Andrew Upshaw said. So that's
so he got disqualified in a tournament for
unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe.
And
he didn't know it was a rule. You know,
you can't,
but he did intend to blow out the bed. That's what Bassin with Big Malone just said.
Okay, yeah. Isn't there a bunch of anglers? It's a sight fishing event. You have a bass on a bed that you can't get to bite. There's other anglers in the area. Wouldn't you want to muddy up that water before you moved on?
I guess
so you're in a grass bed fishing frogs in July.
Oh, we know what you do
out there. You can't tear through a grass bed with a big motor and stir it up so those fish have a chance to kind of get a little pressured from the big motor. Like that's illegal too. Like, where do you draw the line?
There's guys that
let's say the fish wasn't on the bed. It's a community hole that's got a brush pile off of the end of a dock. Are you allowed to crank the big motor up and do a couple circles around there before you take off?
No, if you were an open, you would probably get turned in for that for being.
This is crazy. Crazy talk.
Maybe.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I guess it's against the rules. If you really read the rules, we know you don't read the rules, so I guess
you gotta,
that's why you
disturbing a
right.
dirtying water is against the rules.
No. There's a difference between idling out of a grass bed and doing a donut.
Really?
Apparently. Like if there was somebody that wanted to report you for that and they watched you and you did a donut in that area, a grass bed in 3 foot of water, and churned it up just to try to like prevent your competitors from catching, I think that's what Bass is saying is against the rules. I don't know. I've not read Bass rules, so I don't know.
Oh, that's gray.
Yeah, impeding another angler's opportunity to catch the fish. And he was on 100. Levi Wright just said that. And the problem is, Aaron said he went back and forth on top of the bed 4 times. I don't know, man. So,
I mean, a lot of that would be, believe it or not, you would disturb a bed, not disturb, but make the water turbid, maybe dirty it up to change that fish's mood when you come back 20 minutes later after things settle down.
Well, apparently he did.
This is craziness.
But no, he admitted he tried to blow out the bed. But he did come back, and there is apparently,
if there's rules that say you can't
blow on the bed,
I get
pitch it there, and catch the fish.
I was not aware of those rules.
Apparently, he wasn't either, and I didn't know it was a rule, and I don't know that it exactly says that, but I guess it was something. So anyway, man, interesting. That's what the ruling was. How about that? Yeah, how about that?
Okay.
Wasn't there an issue where I guess who was it? And it's good defense. Wasn't it David Dudley that found a bunch of bedding fish that guys were planning to fish? He knew he had a very down in the ranks boat number, like boat 195. So he knew he wasn't going to get to him. So he stuck them all in practice. People were pissed.
Sure.
Yeah.
But how do you know? That's the thing. How do you know what your boat number draw is going to be?
Well, I guess he knew already or something. I don't know. Man. He registered late. I don't know. That was the story. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Does anybody remember that one? Yeah. So yeah, somebody said Wave said he was 19th. So the DQ cost him 4,900 plus check. Dang. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've read the rules, guys. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell you what I remember of what Andrew Upshaw said. Haven't heard Brian's new side. But that was the crux of it. I might have got the details wrong. I'm not sure. So how about that, man? Oh, yeah. MJ said they used to know boat draw in advance in the elites. I remember that story. So MJ, there you go. I was remembering right. So he knew he was never going to get to him. So he stuck him. I mean, that's strategy, I suppose, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I don't have an opinion because obviously I wasn't there on the whole circumstances. I find it odd that if you move your trolling motor around to make the water cloudy, I guess I wouldn't have known that. So
yeah, well, he said he didn't either. And no, I mean, look, man, I'm no expert bed fisherman, but I've talked to fishermen who bed fish, and there's that strategy: dirty up the bed, pitch in there when it's all cloudy and stuff. If a fish is uncatchable, and sometimes they bite it. And, I mean, the mere fact that you're bed fishing. Skip the argument that it was hurting the environment. You're taking a female off of a bed. I was talking to TK Stanley. He probably had one of the best points. You're literally, if you catch the fish, you're taking the female off and weighing her in. So that bed's burnt anyway, right?
Yeah.
But if you can't catch her, I guess she's got a fighting chance. So I don't know. Interesting, right?
It is very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there's a difference between rolling out of a grass bed and doing a donut, like you were saying. If you did a donut in a grass bed and I'm 25 yards from you or 30 yards, which is, the distance we're supposed to be away, somebody might complain about that. I don't know if that's a DQ offense, though. That'd be very interesting based on how the bass rules are written. Would you be impeding my ability to catch a bass? Because I think that's the rule that he got DQ'd on. You can't impede another angler's ability to catch a bass. Whatever. So that's the first drama. The second drama was James Watson, James Worldwide Watson. I don't know if it's James Watson Worldwide. Yeah, James Watson Worldwide has been kicked out of the MLF until I guess it's January 2025.
Yeah.
Because he has the hat that he's been selling, FBD, Fish Boat Docks, but that's not what it means. You might want to wear one of those hats. You've heard that one. 2 years. Thank you, Devin.
I heard that. I talked to him. What was it?
You talked to James Watson?
Yeah. So he actually is going to be on the Luke Duncan show first. I was going to actually have him come on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because you got a beef, right?
Yeah. So he's given Luke the opportunity to talk about it first. But then he said he'd be interested in coming on. So here's what I know. I don't know a whole lot about it. Obviously, FBD doesn't mean fishing boat docks. So
right.
The bottom line is, as I'm aware because even in BFLs and stuff in rules, you can't say anything bad about the tournament organization. So like that's in the rules.
Yep.
Right. When I made that video about the MLF, when we got when we made the
gypped out of the championship,
when we made the cup, and then they decided that we weren't allowed to fish the cup, even though the rules fishing the opens you were allowed to. I made a little stink, and I was aware that I could take some fallback for it because I'm blatantly speaking out against the organization. So as long as he knew what he was doing and knew that the rule was there and decided to break it, it is what it is, right? That's my standpoint. Like, I have nothing against him, nothing. I just don't like, that's a rule, right? You're not supposed to talk bad, or I think it's stated a number of different ways, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Of things you're not supposed to do.
Did you get any blowback or fallback?
I did not. No.
Yeah, because I think you had a very legitimate.
Well, I still bashed. I talked badly about MLF and what was going on, right? I spoke about how I was disappointed in their actions and what they should do, and so I think
it's a little bit different than the FBD, right? Maybe you had a legitimate reason. I mean, wow, I'm still shocked that they didn't make it right with you guys. That's brutal. You spent all that entry money to fish it. You qualified for a cup and then couldn't fish it. That's the whole point of fishing it and being high enough in the points to fish a championship worth how much? What is it going to be, Travis?
I don't know what it was. 300 grand or whatever.
Yeah. That's different than just,
well, we were guaranteed. We were supposed to get $10,000 guaranteed.
So, hey, it's 10 grand out of your pocket. And it was, to me, it was a contract. Whatever happened, I thought you guys were going to kind of like band together, get legal representation. Did that ever go anywhere?
It was a change of ownership,
nothing you could do.
It could have been. We could have done something, I'm sure, but we let it. Yeah.
Man, I just thought that was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen. It's just like, you got to honor your contract when you buy something. Like, I feel like that's just part of being a good organization to start. Why would you, screw over the guys who supported you as anglers in a fee type of situation that make a championship? It didn't make any sense. Still doesn't make any sense. So they were off on the wrong foot in my mind right out of the gate. That's a wrong, right? It's like, I don't get it. Let's take care of that handful of anglers. That's just part of the debt you owe when you buy a business. Like, you owed it to those customers, as you were a customer of that organization. Right?
Sure.
You're their customer. They didn't take care of their customers, paying customers. Anyway, it still shocks me. And didn't Boyd threaten to get him fired at the time because Luke was speaking out about some things? And so
I went on Luke's show. I went on Luke's show that next week to talk about it.
That's right.
I don't think. I don't know. I really.
Oh, don't know. Luke they tried to get Luke fired, flat out.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled out the big guns on him. They
Yeah.
tried to muzzle him through doing that, and Luke talked about it on his show.
Right.
So not only did the customers, you, and how many anglers was it going to be for the cup?
I think it was
How many
10 of us
fish
that
were?
were affected or something.
Yeah, so that's $100,000 in payout right there, gone, right? And maybe a career-changing event for the angler who would win it, right? I mean, that was pretty prestigious back then, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it's not a classic, but it's a cup. It's
Sure.
huge, career-changing. So you
Right.
robbed somebody of a career-changing opportunity. You took 10,000 per angler that qualified. That's $100,000, right? That's giant in this business. There's only a handful of anglers every year that get to fish at that level. I mean, think about the hundreds, the billions of people on the planet, and you're robbing that opportunity from 10 bass fishing souls and fanatics that drove across the country to fish to qualify for that moment. For that moment, that's one of the biggest opportunities of your entire fishing career.
Sure.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And that might be chump change for the ownership, like literally a speck on their balance sheet.
Right.
Don't you find a way? I mean, think about the goodwill that he would have earned through saying, I'm not going to saddle the organization with it, but I'm going to come out of pocket. The ownership group is coming out of pocket to fund this tournament. Man, they would have garnered some great respect. I don't know, man. Anyway, there you go. That's my feeling.
Interesting. So
That's
who knows
the drama in bass fishing right now,
where
man.
all this is going to go? Yep.
Yeah, man. A lot of stuff, a lot of swirling negativity in this industry right now. What is happening?
I don't know.
I mean, Bass After Dark is going to have a show. I guess their original show last Thursday is Boyd Duckett the most polarizing figure in bass fishing?
Who was the guest that they had? Did they have Boyd?
We don't know who the guests were because all but one of the guests canceled at the last minute.
Really?
Yep.
So who showed up?
So they changed it. How do you control the narrative in bass fishing? So they had a couple get Mark Jeffries was on, and there was another guy from like Bass Fishing Podcast. I'm not familiar with that podcast, but he came on. So it was a good show. I haven't watched the whole thing, but yeah, they had some last minute cancellations with conflict. So, but they're gonna do that show. So that'll be an interesting show. And will Boyd be on? I mean, do you think Boyd would go on a show with his name in the title? How many people think Boyd will go on that show for Bass After Dark? Is Boyd Duckett the most polarizing figure in bass fishing? Yep. I mean, wouldn't that be crazy if he is on to speak for himself? And who would you get on as a panelist? Steve Sarley, Watson? No way. Didn't ask him, and he said no, not sure. I don't know. I don't have the inside scoop on this one, guys. No way. Oh, yeah. Top Toad said the boat's crashing, speeding into the no wake. Did you hear about that one, Travis?
I heard. Sounds like just an accident or something. Yeah.
I mean, they were in a no wake. It wasn't just an accident. Two guys said they were going to, like, I guess, go on pad through the trestle bridge. And so the first boat slows down and gets scared before he goes through the trestle bridge. It's train bridge, I suppose. And the other boat runs up onto the back of them. So they knew they were in a no wake. And they only got suspended for a year. Watson gets 2. A lot of people are talking about that. Is that fair? I mean, dude, somebody could have been killed. Can you imagine? I'm not even sure how small the bridge was. The guy put it on his Instagram. Yep. I think Cartwright pulled somebody out of the woods in his last derby. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if it's that guy. Yeah, it was somebody running through a canal pretty fast, and he posted on his Instagram. Lost control and ended up in the woods. His non-boater got ejected. Crazy stuff, man. Have you ever done a 360 in a boat?
No.
I have
Yeah.
in a bass cat, dude, on the Nanacoke River. Maybe it was the Pocomoke. Might have been the Pocomoke, which has a very heavy current. It's deep. And we're in a bass cat. It's Mike Draper. And he's trimmed, jack plate all the way out, trimmed to the hilt. And we go around a curve, man. And he loses the bite on that engine, dude. And literally, I think we're going into the woods. The boat does a complete 180. And thank God he didn't lose control of the steering wheel, man. We were 10 feet from a channel marker piling.
Uh-huh.
We definitely could have slid into that thing.
Sure.
And that,
yeah.
that would have been lights out, dude.
It could be scary.
Now, what's this? Have you ever been scared in the water in a bass boat? Big water has never worried you. Lightning, nothing. You're ready. You're ready to go to the next simulation.
I've been in lightning storms. It's not, you don't like being in them, obviously.
No, for sure.
But
But you've never been scared of big water or a lightning storm or like, man, this could be it. I got caught in a squall. Have I told you this story?
yeah, maybe.
All right. Yeah, maybe I did. So anyway, I'll tell you guys. Maybe you haven't heard it. Maybe you have. Stop me if you have in the comments. So Skeeter Owners Club tournament. Major storms coming through the area. We elect to launch. I'm in Brian's Cove, and I see my line kind of like static electricity in the air. It won't come down. First time it ever happened in my life. I'm like, that's unnatural. So I go, I'm going to run upriver anyway to above the Wilson Bridge. It had been raining so bad that day. The buttons on my, I think I had Lowrance back then, were waterlogged. I could not get my mapping back on. I see a squall coming down, which was spawned, by the way, from a tornado. There were 2 tornadoes that touched down. One in DC above me that spawned one of the storms. Another one was spawned downriver 20 miles in southern Maryland. I see it coming down the river, Travis. So I get on Pat in the no wake through the Wilson Bridge. I'm in the middle of the channel, no mapping at this point. I cannot see 65 to 75 mile an hour winds. I sit down, lightning cracking everywhere. I'm by myself, by the way. I think that's my last minute on the water.
Why can't you get under that bridge and hang out?
Dude, I was gone. By that time, I was gone. Yeah, but it was a squall. I think they estimated the winds at 75 were top. I've never been in anything like that in my life. I balled up, man. I'm just like, as far to the console I get, like my life flashed in front of me. It's the scariest I've ever been on a boat. Yeah, crazy, right? Yep. Oh, yeah, JP, I agree, man. No fun, man. No fun, man. That's the worst I've ever seen.
The only time
my time.
I've been frustrated, I've been broke down.
Yeah.
Miles and miles away, but never like life threatening. I think of that. I often take extra, protein bars and water with me.
Right.
I always have a half a gallon of water in the boat.
Are you out of cell phone range like on the Great Lakes sometimes where like
a lot of times, sure.
Do you ever think about having like ship the shore radio so you at least get the Coast Guard out there to help you out?
I have one. I have marine radio, sure.
Okay, so you could contact them if worse.
Perhaps I'd have to get the instructions out, learn how to turn it on and what to say, but
right.
I mean, also, I do some safety stuff, right? So a lot of times I am wearing a life jacket. You might have said something 2 years ago about me fishing big waves without a life jacket on when I'm alone.
Yeah, by yourself, it's crazy, dude. I mean, how do you, even not when you're alone, like, are you expecting your co-angler to pop behind the wheel and navigate in strong current and wind?
I would expect if it was you and me out in the boat and I fell off the boat and for some reason I couldn't swim to get back to it, that you would find a way to drive the boat up next to me.
You're damn right I'm going to try, but look, there's big current on that water, man. I'm not sure how easy that would be. I'm doing my best not to run you over.
You'd
Right.
be all right.
All right. Well, just fair warning. I'll do my best. I would hop like a cat on a hot tin roof, man. No question about it. Yeah, but I always wear my life vest now, man. Never take it off during tournament hours. It's just so much easier, man, because we're running like, me and Scooter running, 50, 75 spots a day. So it's just nonstop. It's nonstop, bro.
Yeah.
It makes me appreciate when you and I can kind of settle into an area for a minute, man.
Steve in the comments goes, he had a dream once that he had to spend a night in the rickety lighthouse on Maine Duck. Steve, I don't know if you've ever been on Maine Duck, but it is not a pleasant island to be on.
You were on there?
Oh, yeah.
You spent the night there?
No.
Oh.
Explored.
What were you? Did you feel any presence of anything? Like former lighthouse keepers?
Just a ton of snakes and nasty bugs, man, everywhere.
Seriously, a lot of snakes?
Lots of snakes.
That's kind of crazy. They're just
every
there.
3 feet, man.
Come on, man. Like water snakes?
I don't know.
There's like an Indiana Jones episode, man. That's crazy.
Was
it really ammonia smell because of the cormorants and seagulls?
No,
and
not that island.
Okay, gotcha.
But I don't think you can get into the lighthouse. It's pretty much chained up pretty good. There's a fence around it, but if you had to get in, you get in.
You gotta pit some of these. Cal Danny says, do you fall out after you start yelling at Eric because he might find a way to run you over? If Travis goes over, does the show change to Epic Crush? Something fishy. Oh my god, those are 2 good ones, man. 2 good ones. Oh man, what else is happening, man? So there's drama in bass fishing. Gonna have James Watson worldwide on the show. That'll be fun, right?
I think so. Looking forward to it.
All right. When's your first trip coming up? When's opening season?
Well,
up
20
there on the
days
Great
from
Lakes.
now, but unless I can get out there and catch a few.
Okay.
Prior to that, then maybe.
Are you is it open now? When does it open?
Sure.
It's opening day.
Yeah, parts of the waterways open. Yep.
Canada's open now? I gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got to go to Canada to fish right now on Ontario.
Correct.
Yep. 10-4. Know anybody who's been out?
I think Bill Lortz was out today.
Okay.
But
Any
that's
reports?
all I know.
How'd he do?
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you guess the water temperature is right now? 40s? Sub 40s.
I'm going to say 38 to 41. Give me 4 degrees, somewhere in there.
Okay. I'll give it to you. And is your weather forecast like ours? It's going to get cold again? A lot of rain?
I don't know.
Or are you getting the snow?
I haven't looked. I don't know.
Okay. Got it. 10-4.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
I'm sure it'll be good. I have some guys that want to fish with me. If the bite's on, we might get out 4 or 5 days earlier than when I start on April 20th, I believe. So
okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. I dig it. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, we were gonna make this one kind of short and sweet.
Okay.
But we don't have to.
No.
I don't know. I'm in one of my moods right now.
Well,
it can go either way.
I can tell.
It can go either way, Eric, right now.
People are noticing in the comments down there.
Well, one, Scott said something telling me how I don't look enthusiastic.
He's not the only one that's noticing. Trust me. These viewers, you cannot fool. They are very familiar with the show. They're very familiar with you, very familiar with the dynamic. They see when you're charged up and enthusiastic. and you might as well just do the drawing right now.
I don't want to let anyone down.
I know you don't. So get on it. What else?
All right. You want to see me come
Hey.
back real quick?
I do. What are your fishing goals for 2024, Travis?
Fishing goals. I don't have any fishing goals, man.
At least I got you to laugh and smile, man.
Okay.
Why in one of them moods? You want to talk about that? No.
No.
All right. If you could have one guest that magically appear right now on this show, and you could just snap your fingers and they would appear in the box, who would it be?
One guest?
Yep. Doesn't have to be fishing, or we could play what fishing guest would you bring on? You could, and then you could just go freestyle. I give you 2 picks. Fishing guest could be anybody. Somebody that you'd love to have on, you've thought about before. Maybe you've made an attempt to reach out and they haven't.
I don't know.
Come on, seriously.
Let me think about it. Let me answer some of these comments here.
All right, go ahead.
Off your white claw. Come on, man.
All right, what's your comment? I mean,
Anthony wants to know what's on my mind. Chris, arms crossed. You don't know the weather. You make your living outside. Come on, man. Chris, I have to go outside and fish regardless of what the weather is. That's why I don't care what it is. I'll find out the morning I launch my boat.
But don't you? So you make a game day decision on if you got to go to another ramp. Call your customer last
on a
minute.
guide trip. I looked the night before, but I never.
Okay, I got you. So what if it's the night before? And the guys are staying at like Cape Way Cottages, and they're like, "You're going to have us go where? Galway Bay?
Wherever I want." Yeah.
I don't even know where that is, bro. But I just throwing it out there.
All
right.
Oh man.
That's right.
All right, let's answer anybody's questions in the chats.
You mean it's an open topic night where
open
just
topic
ask us
night?
anything?
We can go wherever we want.
Okay, ask us
God,
anything.
You guys. Did you hear about the UFO coming with the eclipse? No, I did not.
All right. There's a few questions popping in. They're definitely not for me.
All right, Eric, I want you to read the questions to me, and I will answer them the best I can.
What's the first question is, how deep are the St. Lawrence, the smallmouth on St. Lawrence this time of year, pre-spawn? They're flying in, man. I might have to go back.
They're going to be 40. They're going to be literally in 4 feet of water, and they'll be in 40 feet of water. Honestly, there's always fish deep, always fish shallow. It really is that way. You can catch them whatever way you want. If it was me personally, I'm going to start 10 feet or less if I was going out tomorrow.
Okay. What's the youngest raccoon you've harvested this year?
Never harvested a raccoon this year.
Okay. Good.
Sorry.
All right. Is the earth flat? How much time you got, Anthony?
You guys know the answer.
I know we're skipping on that. Is the world going to end with the solar eclipse?
No.
All right. FaZe wants to ask you, what do you think of that hover strolling or whatever they call it?
I love it.
All right. Best fluorocarbon for jerkbait.
Well, I use best fluorocarbon. That's up to your interpretation. I like the Bass Pro Shops 100% fluoro. I'm also messing around with some of the Cortland new fluoro that they're coming out with. And I like to stick in that 8 to 10 pound test range. So
okay.
I don't think there's a bad fluoro on the market, really.
All right, cool. M. Jones asked, what are your fishing goals for 2024? M. Jones, he's not responsive. Did you find mammoth tusk on forward-facing sonar?
No. Okay. So
yeah,
I did go trout fishing yesterday / arrowhead / Native American relic hunting.
Oh, cool.
And I've yet to find anything.
Oh, dang it. All right.
I know you found arrowhead. You showed me it once.
I do.
And it's right there. Let me see that. Can you hold that up again?
Yeah, I found this, bro.
I know,
right? Pretty cool, eh?
In great condition. Yeah.
Look at that thing, man.
Yeah.
It's not exactly perfect. You see that little spot on the top.
And it was just sticking. It was just like laying like that.
You know, man, I found it so long ago.
I can't
All right,
see you.
you gotta
probably found it
remember.
at a flea market. You don't know it.
No. Where I grew up, so we used to have this area called the High Hill. You got to remember, Crofton was a community that's 60 years old. 60 years old.
Okay.
And so they built it. Crofton Parkway is basically a circle, and they built half of it. So I lived at the end of one half, and the rest of it, you walk. It literally was a field with a stream running through it and a very high hill that we walked up. That's why we called it the High Hill. So we would have dirt clod wars. And then they started to dig in the side of this hill. Does that make sense?
Yep.
For the road. And when I say dig in the side of the road, now you're climbing up something that looked 40 feet to me. It was probably only 30 because I was a kid. But there were all sorts of rocks and stones. I mean, I love looking for stuff, man. I love looking for stuff. You know, I mean, what's that stuff that looks like fool's gold? Rocks that had little shiny stuff. It was quartz. You know, you think you found some gold, you find out it's worth nothing. You know, but yeah, we're always poking around that stream. And so I don't know much about, you know, there were Native Americans in this area, obviously, with the Potomac River. You got to think about that, right? And I know down in Southern Maryland, but yeah, I mean, at one point they thought they had found, as they were digging the foundations for a townhouse, a bulldozer fell like 20 feet into the ground, and they felt like it was an Indian burial ground. So they stopped construction, and it was the talk of the hood. As kids, we walked over there after hours and tried to explore. We didn't find anything, but you know what that fell into? It was supposedly like a fox den.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, how big could a fox den be? Clearly big enough to, like, I don't think it was the whole bulldozer that fell in. Maybe it was just the back end, but they felt they had found something that was historically relevant. And so that was a big talk of the town. But that's where I found it, on the High Hill. I mean, you're talking 48 years ago, man. I mean, I might have been even younger. I moved to Crofton when I was 4 in 1966. That's going back a long time. Yeah. But I can remember we tried to trap a hawk one time because he lived in the woods. I don't know if their nest was there, but we thought we were going to catch him with a crab net. We used to catch pickerel in this little stream. It flooded, and we did an inflatable raft tour down the stream that went through the golf course. Dude, that's some of the funnest thing. Used to catch American eel in that stream that ran through my neighborhood, which is literally the closest body of water that has eels to me would be the South River. And that was 15 miles from that stream. There was I caught multiple eels on night crawlers because you could get sunfish, chain pickerel. There were no bass in it. And I caught an American eel. It was the first one I ever caught. I'm like, what is that? And I knew what it was once I pulled it up because, you know, people rockfish around here with eels all the time, live eels.
Sure.
But it was wild. It was such a great place to grow up because there was all that undisturbed woods for years before they built the rest of the community. And then across the street from me, Tim Clark, all farmland, you know, fishing Duckett's Pond, you know, getting chased by that farmer, walking to his property, knocking on the farmhouse door to say, can I fish your ponds? And they were loaded. Yeah, there was all sorts of cool stuff to explore around here, man. Yeah, it was a great childhood for sure. That's where you know, pond fishing is where it's where my passion for bassing was born, man.
I'd like it to make a goal to find one of them things, but
all right,
a good one, not a broken one, a true arrowhead, man.
You know where you can find them. Okay, so remember I went down to Lake Hartwell to fish the Bass Nation Team Championship with Scooter. I went down to practice and I fished with Jason Burrows. And he's probably him and his partner, Darren Ashley, aka Chicken Legs. I stayed in the fish shack, which is this little shack next to Darren's house. Let me stay there for free, practice with the bearded wonder, Jason Burrows, because I helped him on the Potomac. So we traded some practice time, right? Mm-hmm. In that fish shack was literally, Travis said, I'm not kidding you when I tell you this, was a frame that was probably 3 feet wide and maybe 4 foot tall. Nothing but arrowheads. Primitive. He found some things that were axes or whatever they used. It was not, I think it was an axe, kind of like, there's all sorts of tools that I weren't familiar with. But he calls himself a rock hound, and they walk on low water the shores of Hartwell and Clark's Hill, and he finds stuff constantly on the banks. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. All right, M. Jones. Yes. Well, let's call it a spear point. I want to find a spear point arrow, or I guess arrowheads are smaller because they were used on arrows. I find it, I can't wrap my head around that you can walk in a field and find these things scattered.
Pretty wild, right?
Like how many Native Americans were running around here?
I mean, you got to think. I mean, they shoot an arrow, right? I mean, yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
1,000 years from now, what are people going to be looking?
An iPhone
from us?
I mean, they might pick this thing up and go, "Wow,
we found one."
We found one of those things. That primitive communication device,
right?
1,000 years from now, would anybody? Yeah, it was what would they call it?
Well, it wouldn't be
people of the future. Well, whatever. I get the sentiment of what you're trying to say without going down the next path. Yes, your point's valid. What would they call it whenever they find it? Whatever reality they find it in.
Yes. Well, I'd like to.
Why do you want to find one?
I just think it'd be cool. I've always been fascinated with it.
Yeah. What fascinates you about it?
Just finding something that, someone hand carved.
Yeah.
However long ago, you know,
there's a stream near my house here that I took my wife to, and you walk the banks of this stream. And so in heavy rains, new stuff is uncovered. It's kind of like the ocean revealing shells. And there's all sorts of really old pottery and older glass and sometimes marbles. It's really cool. It's like a little treasure hunt, man. I find it fascinating. I'm always looking down and finding stuff. Because I think that's something to do with the hunter, the fisherman in me that loves the hunt. And I think that what maybe it attracts you to it, right? The idea of finding something, a lost treasure, an artifact, right?
Yeah.
Something cool about that. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. That would be cool. So if you really want to get connected to a guy that knows how to find rocks, because he's a true rock hound, and he's got the spear points, and arrowheads.
I walked a cornfield that was chopped down. Obviously, it wasn't tilled, but I mean, it's not like I walked the whole 40 acres, but I zigzagged here and there and kept my eyes to the ground, and wasn't able to find anything. And then the creek I was fishing, I assume, I just felt like, how you get to some areas where the current and all the rocks and pebbles push up against something.
Sure.
I thought that would be, but it got overwhelming, dude, because there was all these round, polished rocks, right? That are just like thousands. Like how? You kind of scan, but then you're
shark tooth. That's like trying to find a shark tooth in the Outer Banks in my area. I've walked that beach with my wife and looking for shells, colorful shells intact. And I've never found the shark's tooth. I so want to find one. My wife found a starfish this last time.
Sure.
Yeah, it's cool. Somebody said, DJ Stephen B, I know you launched your boat at Menominee Park in Oshkosh.
Menominee.
Thank you, Menominee. They started construction last fall on a new road through the park, and they found an Indio burying ground.
Yes, I heard about that. Well, the whole
you gotta figure
Menominee Park is that's all old Native American civilization there. So,
well, there should be some artifacts there.
Well, yeah.
Not that you go digging up the soil, but
I definitely don't want to do that. That'd be the last thing I'd want to do.
Oh, I know.
Well,
but when they're doing construction, they're probably disturbing the earth, right?
Sure.
So you got to figure after a hard rain in a construction site like that, would a spear point, if there was an Indian burial ground somewhere in the area they were hunting, right? I mean, it's fresh earth they're digging up. Where's the dirt go? I mean, if they found it in or burial ground, I mean, they probably have to stop construction, I would imagine.
Yeah, a lot of
I
this
don't
happened
know.
a lot in Wisconsin. I had some friends that were into that. Oftentimes they continue with the project.
Yeah. Not
if
cool.
they can.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of hoops to get around once that happens.
Oh, they just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I wonder if they worry about that the rest of their life.
I don't think so.
Would you?
Would I worry?
You're on that dozer, or you're the construction manager PM.
I would be, for one, but
well, what if you were? I mean, at one point you thought a house was haunted and this ghost followed your kid home.
Well, that did happen.
I would have. Well, I'm saying, so there you go. You're on the construction site in Menominee Park. The bulldozer goes down, like in my community. They stop. It's not a fox den. It is. You sweeping that one under the rug, or you just walking off the project and like you're done with that whole company? You quit that day.
Yeah, I'll be done.
You would be done. There's no way you're messing with that. I wouldn't either.
No.
And I'd report them walking out the door. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Would you want somebody digging up your family burial ground in Wisconsin? I don't think so. Gotta let the dead rest. Well, not that you have it. I don't know. Maybe you do.
Do what?
Where's your family buried? Your grandparents?
Oh, they're just a little cemetery.
And your great grandparents. Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know.
Have you ever done any family tree stuff? How far it goes back?
My mom has.
How many hundreds of years does it go back?
I mean, I didn't pay much attention to it, but she's got a pretty big book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It conflicts with your beliefs, so you don't believe those folks are real. They just made.
Why would it? No, of course.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. Like in your mind.
What do you? Yeah. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Do you tell me what I'm talking about?
It sounds like.
What if she traced your family back to the 1500s?
Yeah, there was definitely people here in the 1500s. Yes.
Okay. When did that first reset happen?
What's that?
I don't want to bring it up.
About 5,000. This reality is about 5,000 years old.
Oh, got it. Okay, gotcha. So what if your mom was able to trace it back to 6,000?
Well, you can't, because there's zero representation written.
I'm just joking.
Stone tablets, whatever. There is nothing prior to that.
Sure?
I shouldn't say that. The reality is
that?
This reality could be more than 5,000 years old. There is just
Clearly,
no written proof to document.
Are you sure about that? We might have a good historian on the show. Can anybody counter that claim? Stone iPads. Yeah, Anthony took the words right out of my mouth. Can anybody refute that there's no written, what'd you say? I don't want to misquote you. There's no written evidence of any humanity before or prior to 5,000 years?
Don't quote me exactly, but it's very close to that time frame. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Oh, Devin, what's my beef with carbon dating? First of all, it's probably one of the worst ways to date items, and it's just propaganda. It's just made up, just like the Western medicine and who was the guy back in the 20s when they changed the way medicine is done. I think it was Carnegie. It was one of those guys. Rockefeller, maybe. Yeah, there we go.
Little Rich says, look, if the world is only 5,000 years
old. Oh,
younger,
driest period. Come on, Mike. Don't fall for that.
How did Indiana Jones find the Holy Grail? You got to answer this question. If the world is only 5,000 years old, then how did Indiana Jones find the Holy Grail?
I don't know.
You got to watch the movie. Then you'll know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Somebody says, do you have a black eye?
I don't think so.
Robert Linson wants to know, somebody punch you in that left eye of yours?
No. Mm-mm.
It's just a camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very interesting. All right. Any other questions for Travis tonight?
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. This is funny. Funny.
I certainly I'm trying to salvage the show tonight.
I know, Travis. Did I show you that, man? Keith Thomas from Blacktown Glides. I gave him one of my prototype Epic Shads, and he went ahead and foiled that in Golden Shiner. How beautiful is that, man? Look at that, dude. He sent it right back to me. Foiled. Of course he would. He's so generous, that guy.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
what are you laughing at?
Just the comments from these people.
They're pretty good, man.
Mhm.
Pretty good. Pretty good. What else? What else, man?
Ah,
You're kind of salty tonight. What's going on that made you salty?
I don't think I'm salty.
You're a little salty. You said you're just in one of those moods. What does that mean?
M. Jones, cavemen weren't exactly scholars. All right, M. Jones. Where are all these caves people are living in? You talk about cavemen, but I don't see any caves.
Seems to me you'd want to go explore one. Have you ever
How
been
many
out west?
caves are around your neighborhood, Eric? Where'd all these cavemen live?
I haven't really studied that thing.
I mean, you explore, you drive around. Do you see any caves?
Do I explore? Now I'm going
When's
right
the
to
last
lake,
time you
bro.
saw a cave to live in?
Totally not going to a detour. Luray Caverns. I guess I was a
Okay.
kid when I took that tour.
I'm assuming there was a bunch of cavemen living up here, but I don't see any caves where they lived.
I think there was something about the continents merging together, if we're going back that far, or something like
okay.
that, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a historian in that respect. I haven't studied it. Doesn't hold a lot of interest for me. I'm sure I learned about it when I was a kid, but you would say it was propaganda. But
All
no,
right.
did I like get on a plane and travel to where there were caves to look at the hieroglyphics? No.
All right.
No. What do you think about those carvings in the earth? Do you study that? That they should only see from, up above.
Oh, sure.
Not the cornfield stuff, not the crop etchings, but
yeah.
What do you think of those?
It's
Yeah.
obviously
Man-made?
Sure.
What? Man-made?
Everything's man-made, human-made. Yes.
Are there other simulations in our universe, or is there only one?
No, there's probably many simulations going on at the same time.
In our universe?
Well, this isn't technically a real universe. It's
But
not a real. This isn't a real. This is a simulation. So this is based off of a real universe.
Why can't it be a real universe and it's a simulation? You ever square that up in your brain?
Yeah, we can't.
I mean,
yes, you're right. I shouldn't say that. You have a
Right.
point, but just
right.
I don't.
I mean, could there be somebody else in a parallel simulation? Another Travis, you could be in multiple simulations. You wouldn't know it.
No.
Only your master controller knows it. Who's running the simulation again? That's the one thing I can't get through. Is it master controlled by a computer?
We
Are we all hooked up in this collective consciousness?
Mhm.
Have you watched any movies that talk about all the things?
Don't
that
watch
you talked
movies.
about? You really should, because somebody got a hold of your playbook and has written a lot of movies about it.
Okay.
Have you watched Dark at this point?
No.
You have to. Do you have the attention span to watch like 8 episodes dubbed, and they do it in English, but you can watch the dubbed version if you want to enjoy their native accents. It's really fantastic. I think you would be blown away by it, but maybe you're not a movie guy enough, because it really touches upon so much that you believe. I think you would find it fascinating.
Oh, maybe
that fascinating. Like, how did those writers come up with that? Where did it come from? It would blow you away. Like, that's why I react the way I do to some things you say, because I've watched movies that have elements of your narrative and your belief system on the big screen.
Yes. All right.
Kind of strange, right? You got to admit that I
Yeah.
can identify with what you say, but only because I feel like I'm being entertained, where you feel like you figured it out.
Right. All right.
It's
Back to the
fantasy.
comments, Anthony.
My fantasy is your reality. My willing suspension of disbelief in what you say is appearing on a screen, dubbed in, it's a German written film with fabulous acting, moving me to tears in some parts, and fascination with like, wow. And you're going, I believe that.
Yeah.
But I'm so caught up in, I suspend my disbelief. I'm into them. I'm feeling it. Dark.
M. Jones goes. I like M. Jones.
Anyway.
He made a good comment here. Travis, if they made forward-facing sonar illegal, would you consider moving south for better and bigger largemouth?
Ooh, I think maybe you already have.
We can entertain that thought, but I will say this: I really
When
don't.
you say we, your family, or just you as a we?
Just me and my
Collective.
other entities in this room. So
who's in the room with you?
I don't know. I don't think the state or the federal government is going to ban forward-facing sonar.
Not
I
coming.
really don't see that happening.
No,
However, if they did ban it in tournaments, I would be okay with that. It'd be a little bit more challenging. And second of all, I guess
you would change your technique, wouldn't you?
Sure.
I mean,
just
with your
wouldn't have
knowledge
the
of
desire.
smallmouth, don't you? With your knowledge of smallmouths, shallow in particular, and you're very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you would have an advantage?
I don't think so. I think those.
No, just in a tournament setting.
I think a lot of fish would get pressured if.
Yeah, but isn't that your specialty, to catch a pressured fish, because you are savvy with technique and skill?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I really think that, like, you could dominate. Light line doesn't scare you.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a lot of different techniques. You're a master. I mean, you're master at some of them.
Yeah, I
wonder.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really cool. No forward-facing New York tournament hosted by SmallmouthCrush.
Yeah.
And you get to fish it. I'm in for it, since we're not going to go out in the big waves.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got here?
I'll net them for you.
Aaron, Travis, would you be better off with it banned in tourneys? Yeah, perhaps. Dexter, what tournament did you last cash a check in again? I guess the last tournament I fished last September. We won 2-day event.
8 boats. It was very good.
I think there was 9. I haven't fished a tournament in.
I know it's been a while, right?
In September, yeah.
Are you excited to fish some tournaments this year?
Sure, absolutely.
Which one are you looking forward to the most?
I don't know. I guess the bigger ones, probably the Costa Open or the Toyota Open.
And you're going to wait for the weather to see if you're going to fish?
Yeah.
You think they'll have a spot for you?
Sure.
A week out? Cool. When is that?
Okay.
June?
Perspective mode. Have you tried it? Thoughts? I've said this before. I don't have it dialed in quite yet to my liking, but
dude, weren't you using perspective mode with me like 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Sure. I still don't think I have it dialed in, but
okay, fair. It's way better now than it was, right? Dude, there was so
we
much
just got an LVS 32
then.
versus the 34 transducer.
Do you feel like the forward is how much better than forward was 3 years ago? Is it double?
Nah, you could do the same damage with 3-year ago technologies.
No, I'm talking about just clarity and all that kind of stuff.
Nah.
Okay. You don't see a quantum leap in it. A lot of people say it's significantly better.
Right.
But maybe they're new to the technology.
Mm-hmm. What else we got?
What's your go-to bait for this time of year?
Go-to bait this time? Ned rig.
Yeah. Never, not a blade at 39 to 41 degrees?
Nah, I'll catch him on a Ned, man.
Okay.
Just
Did
any
you catch
finesse plastic deal, man.
Okay. What's your favorite jig trailer right now?
Jig trailer?
Correct. You still on the Maxent Leal General?
I like that one for sure. Yeah.
Okay. If you could only have one color, what is it? Black or green pumpkin?
Yeah. Black powder.
Yeah, me too. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Ever fish Chicago area for smallmouth?
No, I have not.
All right.
I know it's pretty good down there.
All right.
right.
Cloudy and 60 degrees is a good one. Light
Yeah, I
rain
like
showers.
it. I saw it.
What is it? What are your 3 baits? Only 3. I know what he's going to pick. Go ahead. You go. I got this one dialed. I'm just going to test myself. Go ahead. Number 1.
Ned rig.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Number 2. Has to think about it a little bit.
3-inch swim bait. Little swim bait.
Yeah. I know the one. Number 3.
And then
then
I guess put a drop shot in my hand.
oh, I knew it. And
Okay.
then
That's
it. No, and then
I know. And then
you know that movie? What's that movie?
White Castle.
No, dude, where's my car?
Yeah.
You've seen it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hey, Johnny Jenkins Outdoors. Welcome, man. All right, what else we got? All right, naturally buoyant. This is from Anthony. Or floating plastics for drop shot. Anytime there's a time when you do throw or don't throw the floating Ned. Good question.
Yeah.
Have you seen a difference in the preference for a bait on the bottom versus a bait standing up?
I prefer. So there's not a lot of baits that are naturally buoyant that won't slow sink with a size 2 drop shot hook, regardless. Okay. I don't use a lot of Z-Man products drop shotting though.
Right.
Why? Because they are pretty. I kind of like to have that little fall in there, and I like to also think that sometimes the current and stuff is keeping it natural. Like, you know, yes. Can you catch fish putting on a Z-Man? I don't know. Give me a worm.
Trick shot.
Trick shot. Absolutely. I've caught them on a trick shot.
You've caught them on. I've seen you catch them on.
But it wouldn't be my bait of choice for a drop shot. No.
Right on. All right. What about the Ned floating versus not? Have you seen it make a difference or no? Not a big deal.
Not
Catch them
really.
on either. Yeah.
Not really. No.
I gotcha. All right.
What else we got?
Lee asked me what the optimal crankbait water temperature for smallmouth is. Whatever it was we fished that day where we were burning and stopped. That was unbelievable. Yeah. That was fan-freaking-tastic.
Carl goes, have you checked out some of the new core tackle rigs? I have. I bought a few.
And what do you think?
Well, I mean, we can talk about it.
All right.
All right. Can you take over for 2 minutes while I go grab a box?
Sure. All right. I'm texting. I see the calls for BTC. I'm texting him right now. Let's see if we can get BTC on. I just texted him, and now I'm going to call him live. Let me see. I'm going to put him. Oh, he's in my headphones now. Give me a second, everybody, while I call BTC. There it is, BTC. People want you on the show right now.
Why? What's going on?
Can you come? They need you, man. We're failing miserably.
Stop it.
Swear they've asked. How many people want BTC on? We've got I don't know, several hundred people on the show. 208 watching now. Yeah, let me see. BTC, lower the bar. BTC, let's go. BTC in the house. Perch pounder, you rock, Eric. Because I got BTC on.
I'm back.
Anthony, BTC.
Right. Let me. I'm on the other line with Mr. Duke, but I can wrap that up.
Okay, so Mr. Duke, we're doing the roll call. All right, man. I'll send you the link.
All right, buddy.
Travis,
Yeah.
Send Brian the Carpenter the link.
Oh, I don't have his email.
See you over there.
Well, hey, what's your email, BTC?
Same as it was last time.
Same as it was last time you sent it to him.
All right.
Last 20 times.
Travis, last 20 times. Come on, dude.
Brian.Stockel.
Brian.Stockle. Let me see if I got it. All right, I'm forwarding it. All
We
right.
make the hover rig.
I don't want these assholes bothering me. All right, we get rid of them. You say goodbye to Ken.
All right. See you, man.
Eric,
Ah,
real quick. So I'm this box here is kind of my my little mess of different rigs and things I want to really get better. Somebody asked what my
All right.
goal was for this year.
I did.
Maybe
I
this
asked
is
it-
my goal. So Ben
Remember, I
Milliken
asked
did
it first.
a really good video about using, lead nail weights in the head and then being able
Yeah.
to put a hook
Mhm.
in that bait to fish it. So I made this one up a while back.
Yeah.
And this
That's
is
the
just
jug-
a bunch.
That's the
I have-
juggle. That's the juggle minnow. for
Yeah,
6
I have a
cents.
lot of different weights
Uh-huh.
and different hooks.
I'm surprised that you bit off on that. That's wild.
Yeah, so I got all kinds of different 90-degree hooks to try with different baits.
So what made you want to explore that technique? Do you see smallmouth suspended 10 to 15?
Yeah, I
feet
think
down
you're
in the
gonna
water
need to-
column?
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting, man.
Like even that drop minnow, I was able to I put that core tackle hover rig in that
Mhm.
drop minnow. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, for this technique, the baits that
Yep.
I currently right now use and talk about a lot in no particular order, the Z2.
Yeah.
Okay. I like for me, I like an Arkansas shad,
Sure.
or Tennessee
Arkansas
shad.
Shiner. Yeah.
Yeah. The Yum minnow is
Sonar
gonna be
minnow?
great. Yeah, I have a bunch here. Like I got the smaller sizes. That's gonna be a great little bait for that technique.
I'm shocked you want to try a new technique. I'm pretty stoked.
I am really intrigued with the juggle worm. I will tell you that.
Minnow. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of
The minnow.
action on that tail, bro.
Yeah. We'll see
Hey,
how
do you remember the one minnow we used to use for the spawn on the upper bay for largemouth? Come on, dude. Allow me to go get one and show you.
Okay.
Tell me what
keep going.
you tell me what your thoughts are.
The Great Lakes Finesse drop minnow, of course, will probably always be my preferred one, but I do want to experiment.
Travis, does that look familiar to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember the
Yeah.
tail?
Yeah.
Remember the color? This is I doctored this up to bring up with you in a perch pattern. That's a Gamakatsu jig hook. That's just a 90-degree jig hook with a little lead weight. I colored those with dye.
There
I
you
wanted
can
a
see.
perch color.
You can see I put the nail weight in the head there, and I have that 90-degree hook.
But don't you
in
think
there.
the perch color would be good up there, dude?
Um,
Don't they eat a lot of perch? I'm gonna smash them. Just because you're hesitating, I predict I will outfish you in a head-to-head match.
all
You
right.
get one cast, I get
Maybe.
one cast.
Maybe
I'm winning.
So, anyways, I just wanted to show off this little box here because this is probably be the box of choice for this coming season for me fishing deep.
Who
And I have
thinks the
jig
perch
heads. You
color
can see everything
outfishes? Hey,
up in
who
there.
thinks the perch color outfishes the shad color on smallies? Let's just hear it from the smallmouth fans. I'll just let it marinate.
And here's why Eric is wrong and right at the same time. So that shock, I'm going to call it a shock color only because
That wasn't a shock color.
we don't know what fish really see as far as colors and
Yes,
stuff.
we do. We know bass can see red and green, bro. We've already proven that.
How?
Didn't you watch Does Lure Color Matter? Because they examine their eyes. There's nothing shocking
Who
about
they
that color. It's an
examine the
olive back. Goddamn ophthalmologist that cut
Okay.
a bass eye open. Right?
It doesn't look like a
orange.
perch.
It's just a profile, bro.
Everything
Long
looks
and
white and black underwater.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Dude, that's crazy.
Okay.
Then why does smallmouth love
You're
perches
throwing
so
that
damn
bait.
much?
You're throwing that bait and suspended smallmouth.
Yes.
And so my point is there's not going to be a lot of perch that they're targeting. So I think a bait fish color, Tennessee
don't think
shad,
perch-
Arkansas shiner, stuff like that.
You don't think perch suspend?
Not where I'm fishing.
Okay, so wait a minute. So when remember that first time you took me in Ontario? Just answer me honestly. We were at the mouth, I thought, of the Black River,
yes.
correct?
Yes, we weren't.
Wasn't
we
that
were on a
piles
ledge.
of perch?
We were on a ledge with perch. That's
And
why.
weren't they were not all on the bottom. They were stacked up.
Okay.
Way high in the water column, I thought.
Sure.
Gobies were on the bottom. And we were bottom fishing with a very short drop shot leader, so I get that.
Well, we got to
And
get
it
the
didn't
bottom
hit Gobi.
expert angler.
Yo,
Look at him, man. I can't believe he. Look at that. You guys ask and BTC delivers. Save
What's
the
up,
show,
everybody?
Mark. Save the show.
I didn't come on here to talk about suspending perch, did I?
No,
No.
you didn't. We were talking about your show, Bass After Dark, and how it changed last week. The original question was, is Boyd Duckett the most polarizing figure in bass fishing, which was the original title, and then it changed. How do we control the narrative in bass fishing, right?
Yeah, how does the industry control the narrative is what the show became, which
I want to
actually-
know, did you have Boyd Duckett on? Answer the question. Was he invited?
He can't reveal that.
Yeah, Boyd was one of the guests.
Okay.
It was with what was coming down legally the following day, he couldn't do the show. So Boyd was coming on. James Watson was coming on. Boyd knew that James Watson was coming on. Boyd agreed to come on with James Watson.
I thought you
And
weren't
then
supposed to know the guests. Why are you
Sometimes
acting
there's
like these big?
exceptions.
Why are you acting like these big fishing organizations and just changing the rules as you go?
Because sometimes you got to make exceptions to make a certain thing happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But due to the circumstances,
hold on. I'm
things
sorry.
changed.
Yes, well, let's get to that. But I want to make a couple points in the comments. Everyone's picking on me about my perch comment. Yes, perch suspend. Yes, smallmouth cough up perch. Yes, smallmouth eat perch. Eric was talking about going out with me on Lake Ontario to areas where I target these suspended smallmouth. And my point was these fish are not chasing perch out here. They're chasing bait fish. They're chasing alewives. They're chasing smelt, shad,
Smelt.
things like that.
Whoever smelt it, dealt it.
But see, I'm going to have mine stand out while your little smelt is going to blend in with the masses. They're going to go, what is that fucking perch doing? I hate perch. I'm going to slam that fucking perch. That's my thought process. Stand out.
You think smallmouth
blend
talk
in.
like that?
I think that smallmouth's thinking that if a smallmouth could talk, that's exactly what he'd say. Is there a hockey game in the background? Cool. Who's playing? I love his garage, everybody.
Flyers and Islanders.
That's the coolest garage in America. From a bass and
I don't think smallmouth talk like that, Eric.
I think I was just imagining what they would say.
Well, all right, fair enough. So what's happening?
Just like it. Nothing, man. How you doing?
All right.
All right.
All right, man. Doing all right. Got a good report from the doctor on the
Doc?
shoulder.
How's
Yep.
the shoulder? Yeah. How's the
It's
mobility?
coming along.
Good.
Mobility's good. Still can't.
I know.
Still can't lift it on its own, which is the
Wow.
darndest thing.
Is that
But,
expected
you know-
at this point, bro?
No.
Okay,
we're
good.
working on that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So therapy a couple times a week, physical stuff you going to still?
Yeah.
Or are you
No,
just doing all of it on your own?
I had one physical therapy appointment, and then the rest of it's all at home.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I guess the theory is they want me doing it more than 3 times a week. They want me doing it pretty much every day. So get used to doing that shit at home. Yeah.
I got it.
I don't see where there's any reason I shouldn't say what was going to go down now that it went down. We knew something was coming. We didn't know what was coming, but we had a feeling that something was happening when it all got pulled out from under us last minute, literally last minute.
That's crazy.
Or that same day, anyhow. So
what are the chances, man?
Yeah, if only they could have waited one more day, man, we would have had a whale of a show.
I know. Can you believe the timing? It is unbelievable.
But
what
it is
did you think about that decision? Or would you rather not answer the question today?
You signed. I don't know. I mean, it sucks. I can't imagine that the league would allow somebody to talk like that without doing something in return or in response. I'm not saying James shouldn't say what he says at all, but a response was going to happen. And at the end of the day, the contract they signed says as much. You know, they're not supposed to say those things, and they signed that contract, which is unfortunate, but they
That's
signed
kind of
it.
what I said at the opening of this when we started talking about this. I said, you know, we know what that hashtag really means. It's not boat docks.
Right.
And that's the owner of the league. So
yeah, it sucks. I mean, I don't know enough about it. I don't know what that league should or shouldn't be doing. You know, they've made a lot of mistakes from jump over there.
For
I
sure.
feel like, and have been losing in the eye of the public pretty much since day one. They just started losing the public's trust with bad decision after bad decision after bad marketing ploy. You know, it's just been going that way.
I mean, I started out with Travis's. He got screwed over on a championship. A career-making opportunity for 10 anglers, 10 grand guaranteed each. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's brutal. I'm still not over that for Travis. To me,
well, I am, but
I'm over it.
I'm not. I'm still pissed off. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, I don't know. It's a mess.
What'd you think about the Brian New DQ?
Jeez. Guys,
did you watch Andrew Upshaw's response? Okay.
I did not.
Or New's response to the DQ? What are you laughing
I did not.
at?
Ken just sent me a message.
What did Ken say?
I'm
handler
fired.
sent you a message? What did your handler say?
He said I'm fired. He just fined me. I just got a $10 fine.
You can't talk like that about Bass After Dark. You can't reveal secrets of the show. You can't let these guys grill you like an FBI crowd.
We didn't know what was coming last week.
Yeah.
You know, we just knew that guys backed out and we had to move on. Had a feeling something was coming. We found out the next day. But yeah. The other one, I don't know, man. It's odd that the guy that should have protested didn't.
Right, the other angle.
You know,
Good point.
yeah. I think maybe Brian made a mistake. Brian's a good dude. I think Brian's also a really honest dude. I think maybe he made a mistake. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it was a mistake worthy of an entire DQ though. Like an entire DQ, the whole event over what?
Right.
One potential fish, one potential moment. I don't know though. I didn't see the video. I didn't see the alleged video evidence of the incident or altercation or what have you.
Right.
I had no idea you couldn't dirty up some water.
Again, me, you, and everybody on social media and in the comments are jumping to conclusions about something that we don't really know what happened.
True.
Andrew Upshaw could put his video out there. Brian New could put his post up. But we didn't see it. We weren't there. Supposedly there's video evidence. If we all had a chance to view that, then maybe our opinions could be more valid. But we didn't.
We have no opinions.
Oh, everybody's got opinions, dude.
Well,
lots and lots of opinions.
We try to be neutral here on Smallmouth Crush.
Fuck you do. Nah, so like I said, I don't know. It seems kind of funny that somebody that wasn't involved felt the need to report it. But I guess they're supposed to, It just, I don't know. Is that really worth the entire DQ the day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the entire event. And I know DQing a day is a harsh hit, but it just still seems like a pretty heavy hit for what it is. Especially in light of the consistent rumors of people receiving information that never ever seem to get penalized that we constantly hear about.
Yeah, that's a hot topic in the forums right now.
Yeah, and it's something that we're going to address on our show.
Coming up.
Yeah. Coming right
I
up.
like it.
So what's this week's show about?
Open topic.
Open topic.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, ask away. Any questions you want answered, now's the time.
Cheers.
Yes. How you been, Travis?
A little disappointed. Pete Jablowski hasn't shown up in the last couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Maybe he went and did something, maybe he found God or a bottle of pills and a bottle of vodka.
Or here's my theory.
Ooh.
Maybe he grew up.
Maybe I hit the wrong button and actually booted him for life.
Why would that be the wrong button?
Well,
now we got a topic to talk about, mother effer. Why is that the wrong button?
Here we go.
I'm joking. I don't want to go there tonight.
You better. Good. Because that's ridiculous. And I almost told Eric when he hit me up, yeah, as long as dude's not on there, because he hasn't earned the right to be on the way he plays the game. If you're gonna play like that, you can't. Everybody here, we have to pay for what we say. You don't get away for that shit for free. So I don't know. I heard he was on Ike Live show and smashing me.
Everybody.
That's what I had heard.
It's the truth.
Yeah, and I
watched. No.
Yeah.
No. Guns were blazing.
Yeah, for what, dude? Grow up. Look a freaking clown.
Man. Who knows?
Yeah, whatever.
Who
At
knows?
any rate, what else we got? I can't see the comments.
What are your fishing goals for this year, BTC? Once you get back,
learn how to cast again.
Yes. Yep. Fish
learn
with
how
me.
To cast.
It's one of my
Hold
goals.
a rod with my right arm.
Yep. That's right. Travis, he's going to learn how to fish the sonar minnow.
I'm looking
pretty
forward
stoked.
to it. I want to
I'm
go up
looking
to
forward- I'm looking.
I want to go up to some lakes up in North Jersey where I know the tankers are and play around with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
sit
do it
down
with you.
Indian style on the front deck and scan around and cast.
I'll do
So
it
I
with
get
you.
tired of that. Take a nap.
Yeah, yeah. Once you're napping, I'll try it for a little bit. I had one bite it on my first 5 minutes, man.
Did you really?
We're in a pocket, goofing around. Wind was kicking up. We were about to leave. Last minutes of our practice, and he scanned out. He saw some fish. I'm like, oh, I got a rod rigged up for that. I said, let me try it. This unit, I could see my bait, and I started hitting my cast. Within 5 minutes, saw the fish go over, bang it. I set the hook too quick, lost him. I caught several jerkbait rockfish in one of our tournaments, and I hooked up with a big bass that took me for a ride, and I did not land them.
Really?
On a very slick, calm, high sun day on Smith Mountain. Yeah. And then in practice, he scanned. We actually got to practice. He scanned on a very cloudy, windy day, saw a group of fish, had no idea if there were stripers. I made the cast. I obviously nailed it because I caught like a 3-pound smallie. Just blind casting and, reeling slowly and jiggling my minnow.
What kind of what minnow are you throwing?
What did I have on? Dang, I should know this. I had a regular ball head jig, so I didn't do anything fancy with a core tackle one or the little thing I showed everybody tonight.
What'd you show?
Dang, what did I have? It had something that was perfect for it. That's crazy. I can't remember. Because I was kind of committed to the big bait. What'd you girt? Oh, I might have had a drift fry on.
I ain't got them yet.
Asked the difference between the Z-Man Streaks and the Z2 by Strike King, and I'm holding both of them.
That's what I had on it. I had a scented jerk shad. BTC. I had a
very similar
jerk shad in the Gussie color.
Not two of the same colors though.
Similar?
Gussie. It's like an albino with a blue hue. Oh, you got the one, the Sakamata shad.
Yeah, she's got the
wings,
the winglets.
The ridges. All right, what'd you get, Travis? What do you got? Z2, what else?
It doesn't matter at this point.
He put it away. What's the difference between the Z2 and the thing, Travis?
It doesn't matter at this point. What's going on with him?
I don't know.
So I've been struggling trying to find the perfect T-shirt. So I ordered a bunch of different brands.
Odd that you would say that because BTC, I helped him find the perfect one. What'd you come up with? Which ones did you try? What brands?
None of them work.
What brands did you try?
A variety.
Okay. Have you tried True
Yeah, that's what I've been dealing with, BTC.
Have you tried the True Classic Extra Long?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
No, I don't believe you have.
Yeah,
no, prove it.
Show me the shirt. Show me the label.
Prove it.
Get it.
And why didn't you like that one? Did you go the extra long route? Because you're tall.
Too short in the arms.
Long sleeve?
Short sleeve, but too short.
That's crazy. I thought they were perfect for my body. You might have extra long arms. You might have to get a custom T-shirt made.
Stop being so gay.
You've got a long torso.
Swear the shirt.
You might just have really long arms. Where do you want them to drop?
Well, right there. Yeah.
How can you even see what I did? Like right there?
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh man, you're just being odd tonight. That's okay. All right, too short in the arms. I got you. You got to get a custom one made then. Best T-shirt I ever wore. True Classic.
Oh yeah, True Classic.
Yeah, I sent them to BTC.
Yes, yeah, they're the bomb.
They are.
Lures and lead.
He could never find a shirt that was long enough for his torso. Right? T-shirts were too short.
Yeah, they all shrink up. The wife likes to She shrimps everything up.
Shrimps them up.
All of a sudden, yeah, everything they're all like European fit. You know what I mean? Like,
Your belly button showing all of a sudden.
yeah, it's like what the hell?
Dang.
It's like I'm
Crazy.
like wearing that Italian fit.
Gee.
All right, you summons me here. What do we got? Travis, what are you drinking? Blood?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Mm-hmm.
No negative or what?
I don't know.
Yeah, it
Yes.
doesn't matter anymore, does it?
It's
It
a mixture.
is.
It's a mixture.
It's a blend. Look at that label. It's a blood red label. Maybe
Oh,
you
it's
were
so evil.
were you
Look at that.
attracted to it? It looks like an evil label. What is that wine?
It was evil, dude.
Dude, it's like just a blood dribble on the label, man. What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you are loaded for bear on the Sonar Minnow thing. But you could drop shot those too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. It'll work for sure. Yeah, you could even
Trav,
throw them on a Ned rig, right?
Yeah.
You ever get bigger bites on the Z2 Ned rig versus the little STRD? I don't see you throw that much on a Ned rig. Do you think that the bigger owlwife profile would get bigger bites, but not as many bites?
I don't know, man. I just
Jesus Christ! Act like you want to be here. You
I
summons
just
me here.
I just set the whole I just set the hook, man.
Oh man, this is
I
smallmouth.
could still be
Crush.
talking to Ken Duke right now.
I
Well,
know.
listen.
I hung up with Ken to come over here and put up with
Put
freaking
up with
Eeyore.
You ask me
Ooh,
stupid ass
ooh.
questions. How am I supposed to know, dude?
Stupid questions.
Wouldn't
What
that
shirt-
make an
what shirt you
interesting
wanna talk
show?
about?
You go out, we're on a group of smallmouth. I throw the big one, or you throw the big one, I throw the little one. See what happens.
What are you drinking? Blood? I don't
If,
know.
if there's a smallmouth 40 yards that way,
Yeah,
40 feet that way on a boulder,
yeah.
whatever piece of plastic you put on your hook, and if you can make it look like it's real by the way you work that bait, you're going to get a bite. Whether it's a big one or a skinny one, he's going to bite it.
It's that easy.
He ain't going to say, oh, no, I don't. That's too big.
So none of it matters. Your drop minnow doesn't mean shit. None of your shit you're selling on the show means shit. Here you go, everybody. Tip from Travis tonight. Doesn't fucking matter what piece of plastic you throw. All you need for the rest of your life is a finesse TRD and yoga pants. And what's your drop shot minnow that you like to throw now?
Okay.
Hey, that box you just showed everybody, throw that shit in the trash, bro. None of it fucking matters.
No.
Why are
It
you even
does
trying
matter.
to explore your technique? What are
Let
you
me
talking
explain.
about?
Let me explain.
Here we go, folks.
Please do break it down for me, bro, because what I just heard was
All right.
get
I got
yourself-
the whatever that thing's called. What's that called?
I don't know, bro. What is it called?
It didn't work.
The juggler,
Juggle minnow.
the juggle minnow, and I got the
Like 6/10.
the
Yeah, throw that shit away. Why do you got two sizes? Based on your theory, it doesn't fucking
No.
matter. I
Hear
don't
me
even know why
out.
you're exploring. Tell me. Tell
As
me
long
why
as you
that
know-
matters and what you just said. My dumb question doesn't matter.
If
None
I
of
picked
that
this
makes any
bait
sense
up
to me.
and it was
Oh,
super
you got to match
stiff,
the hatch all this. You got to match the hatch all of a sudden. What
if
is
I
it?
if I picked another brand bait that was just like this, but it was really more stiff and it just didn't look as natural, would I have the confidence trying to make this look more natural? No, I'd rather have
Guess what?
something
Throw
that
that
looks
shit
more
in the
natural.
trash. That's too fucking stiff. I mean, I don't get it.
So yes, I like baits that have some movement and some action that I imply into the bait when I'm fishing it
Like,
back to the boat.
What fish looks like that juggle minnow? That doesn't look natural at all. That's like some freak fish that doesn't exist. That's not anatomically correct. Way too much tail action. You're saying it needs to look natural.
You
What
asked
the
for this,
hell does a
Travis.
finesse? What the hell does a finesse TRD look like? There ain't no
Brought this
worm
on
in
yourself.
freaking St. Lawrence. It looked like
Nothing,
doesn't
but
even
it's
look
how
like a
you work
goby.
it, or how you don't work it, or when you work it. That's the most important part.
That's what I'm saying. So basically, trash everything you have and just all you need to buy. Don't buy any other products. All you need on the Great Lakes is a finesse TRD, green pumpkin or yoga pants, or no, Gobilicious, or yoga pants, a variety of heads, right? That's your down bait on the bottom bait. That's it for the rest of your life. You'd be fine. And a drop shot. That's it. Oh, and the swim bait, 3-inch swim bait. That's it, guys. Save yourself a boat fucking load of money. You can catch them anywhere. Right?
As long as
what
you
are we
have
talking
confidence
about?
in it and it looks real and you can make it look real.
Show's over, everybody. You are set. Smallmouth Crush. That's a wrap for the rest of the year. We'll talk to you later.
Hold on. I got a couple things.
Is that what you're saying? Upsizing doesn't matter. Big ass baits don't matter. None of it matters. We're back to that argument again. I like it. Fires me up.
All right.
What
If
do you
anyone
got,
can name this
BTC?
bait, Travis is going to send them a package prize. Travis, what are you sending the folks home? First person that names this bait. Yep.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I don't know.
Did you show
Well,
it?
Travis is going to name the prize package just for the folks at home.
There is no
No?
prize package.
Ah, boo. All right.
I'll send out a prize package. What do you got? Show the bait. I'll send somebody who wins.
Name the bait. We start with that. Oh, shit. I can't see the comments.
Wow.
Eric, I'm going to text you the answer. Hold up, folks. Hold up on your answers.
And by the way, you don't need to waste money on this glide bait.
No, you don't.
All right, let's see.
All you need is a
looking.
TRD, snack craw, drop minnow, and
You don't need the sack crawl. Waste the money. Don't even buy it. Don't buy the drop minnow. Don't buy the snack crawl. Don't buy their new crawl. Just get a Z-Man TRD finesse size. You're good. And what's your favorite drop shot bait? Probably a Gajo Spirit Shad in the right size.
No.
No, well, it used to be. What is it now? Tell 'em.
The drop minnow.
You only can have one. Okay, there you go. Great Lakes Finesse, you're back in the game because you're almost out a minute ago. Right? All right. Did you text me? Hold on. I got to go back. Nobody's got it yet. Hold on. Let me make sure.
I don't see it.
Nope.
Hmm.
No, I don't think anybody's going to get that. Was a very tough one. Nope. Nobody's got it so far. I don't think it's going to help them. No. X Dark must not send. It doesn't matter. He doesn't send them anymore. Scent doesn't matter.
I do scent. I told you this.
You do? You take the time to send them?
If I'm in a tournament, I like to have my baits marinated in scent. Yes.
Okay. Tournament time, but just fun fishing. No. Nope. Nobody's got it. Nope. Nah. That's a tough one, bro.
What happens if nobody gets it?
Nobody gets
nobody
the prize
wins.
pack.
Oh.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'll pull out one.
It's not made anymore.
No. Can anybody name this vibrating bait?
No.
It's a lipless. Travis, I think that might work on the Great Lakes for smallies.
That's a Rapala.
Nope.
That's what I was
Not a
thinking.
Negatory.
Not a Propala.
I'm looking at the name on the top, but it is not a Rapala. And it was way before the Rapala.
Hold it up longer. All right.
That dude's old. Let me see. Nope, not Smash Tech. Nope, not a Salmo. Nobody's got it yet. Not a MEP.
We got people guessing multiple baits now. Travis, you hold something up.
We do.
That's really let's get people guessing 3-4 different baits.
Norries, nope. Not a darter.
All right, let's change the subject. This is getting boring.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead. Come up with something, Travis. Thrust me into this mess.
go ahead, Travis. I mean, we're desperate because you're not playing ball tonight, bro.
All right.
Ta-da. That's a ta-da.
Brian, it's a party foul.
Ta-da.
You're not supposed to hold up any more baits.
That's ta-da.
What do you got,
But that's
Travis?
not part
Where do you
of
want to
this.
take the show, man? Here you're a little off. Something's eating at you. What's going on, bro?
I'm trying to find. Where did it go?
All right, last chance.
I know. They want to see close.
I didn't even see the company come up across the board.
No, definitely not. That's a very obscure one. Not that I know, not that I'm like deep into glide baiting. Highly custom. Can you tell us how many years old this bait is?
No.
Where did you
I
acquire
actually don't
this
know.
bait? It just showed up.
Yeah. Walked in the garage on Saturday.
And never left.
A man walked in and with some baits to sell. Then I bought that
Wow.
and some Citizens.
Oh, which ones? The old ones or the head harness? Is that the head case harness?
No.
Okay. Not a Piz.
Nah, Citizens.
Not AB, not ABT, not a Zimmer, whatever that is. Did you find it, Travis? Not a Storm. Not a
I'm
Monroe.
trying to answer questions. XX Dark. XX Dark. Amusk.
Not
It
a clutch,
is
not an MBD.
Swim Bait
Not a
Garage.
316.
What are my live scope settings? Okay, so normally TVG off, ghost tree off, everything's off. Color gain's high, 80 or 90%. Sensitivity's right around 58 to 66.
Bro, what are you even talking about?
Forward facing sonar setup.
Okay, got it. I'm sorry, you didn't.
It's called The Colonel by Swim Bait Garage. They don't make it anymore. But I believe there was partners, and the partners split and decided that neither one would make it, so they just bailed on it.
Sorry to hear that. That's such a pretty. I'd be excited to throw that.
It's cute, isn't it? Ow!
Smallies might smash it.
Oh yeah.
Ah!
Devin, mapping companies for New York don't matter. They all suck. Next.
Yeah, everybody's got a drink for not getting that one.
Garmin's okay. The Lakeview maps are okay. The C maps by Lawrence or whoever makes that. Lake Master's okay, but they're not all true, and I'm not a big fan of lake maps up here.
No?
No.
I'd say tonight you're not a fan of anything, but
What is my freaking problem tonight?
We don't know. We don't know. We try
we'll
to
send
get
you a prize
BTC on
package if you guys on the message board can guess what is Travis's problem tonight. We're all going to chip in and send a prize. Best answer wins.
All right, BTC. The best answer wins.
Best answer wins. Since nobody got the glide bait question, what is Travis's problem tonight? Guys, light it up. Has his period, hasn't caught a bass.
His panties are up his brown star. Needs to get laid. Cabin fever. It's that time of the month. Negative Nancy salty nuts tonight.
You guys.
Travis needed A instead of O blood. Had too much garlic for dinner. Vampire problems. It's the eclipse. We are all going to die. He's backed enough.
What?
It's rolling. He wants to talk ducks, not bass. hasn't had an Egg McMuffin in way too long. Low T. He needs his dolphin waxed. He misses Transylvania. He lost his P-Hub password.
Oh my God.
Low blood intake. Tired of waiting for the reset. He found out he's not the real Slim Shady, so he sat down. Can't find a shirt that fits him right.
Oh man.
Oh,
Come on, Travis. You know this is
boy.
fun.
Oh, BTC,
Come on, bud.
you saved the show.
Maybe.
Placed the snake venom in the wrong
Try-
hole. You placed the snake venom in the wrong hole. He needs his Seiko polished. Ran out of beer dye. He needs to play Hide the Robo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. BTC, you asked and they delivered. I don't even know how you pick a winner. Everybody wins.
We win. We all win.
We all win tonight. You're all winners. Everybody gets a
Yes.
trophy.
Mm.
Oof.
Low blood intake.
That was pretty
You guys know way too much about me in those comments. That's the scary part. These guys have
I mean, that's
memory
what
like
happens
an
when
elephant.
they do. They don't forget anything. We
Cheers.
cheers. I'll toast to that.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
See that, Travis? You're loved.
Yep, thank you.
Even when you're delivering a completely horrible piece of shit show, the people, they stick by you.
They
And
do.
they put the effort forth to cheer you up, man.
They do.
You're loved.
Thank you,
Yes.
guys. I needed that. I really was in a bad mood. It was just Eric and a few people originally in the comments put that idea out there, and then my reality,
No, you
my
did.
reality tunnel formed into this particular character that you guys expected to see tonight, and so I had to give it.
No, you said I don't know what's wrong with me. Like early in the show, we'll have to watch.
I
the
don't
video
recall
tape.
that. I don't
Oh,
recall.
I heard
will.
it.
Or
I heard it since I was on.
Yeah, we're gonna point that out. Somebody go back and send me a clip of the show when Travis says there's something wrong with him tonight. Yeah, I mean, you're just there with your arms crossed all show. You just weren't having it.
Should we got
Body
Ken Duke in
language
here
was
too?
Say
Ken Duke
what?
in the comments?
Duke's in here. Ken Duke's in the comments. Where? What did he say?
Oh, somebody said Ken,
Oh, it
Ken
is.
Duke getting in.
He lacks BD, boy ducket energy.
Come on, Travis.
Man. He
At least you didn't ruin an entire league.
right.
Not saying that anybody did.
When Travis sheds a tear, it's a good show. When he puts his hand in front of his mouth because he's laughing so hard, it's successful. That's what I work for. I try.
Last
I
one.
try. Yep, it is. It's good.
What is that?
When you're at the point of it's one of his famous peppers with stuff with prosciutto.
And
Right?
Provolone. Oh, I'm freaking salivating.
Mm-hmm.
Salivating over here.
Salivating. Well,
Whew. All right.
what
Any other
watching
questions?
any new series, Travis? I can highly recommend watch Fargo with your wife.
You keep saying that.
You gotta watch it. If you don't like
Saying
season one, just stop it right there. But I think season one will probably hook you. You might like it. Anybody watched the series Fargo? That's watching
I
right
haven't
now.
watched TV in 4 years, dude.
That's crazy. Well, it's not TV. It's you can stream it.
Any of that stuff.
Anything.
Okay. Fine. Don't watch it.
I'm not saying that's on me. I don't know what happened.
No, no. Well, no. This is just pure entertainment. It's nothing to do
I
with
hide.
anything.
I
that
go to
happened.
work in the house and I hide in the garage.
I gotcha. You watch a lot of YouTube. True.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. A little
Yeah,
bit.
you watch a little bit of that. You watch bass fishing, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Mostly fight stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
It's the only thing that's real.
Hey, Dexter's Lure Lab, man. I'm usually watching that like midnight to 10 to 12 or to 1.
Well,
There you
maybe
go.
I need to. I'll look into that, Eric.
Yeah, just try it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the holdovers. Yeah, I'd like to watch that, Sean. That looks pretty good. I want to watch that with my wife. Thank you for reminding me. That's next. That's next. Mend the Line. I did watch it, Brad. Very good. Very
Best
good.
thing I watched was Breaking Bad in 2020.
Yeah, it was good. I was late. I probably watched it. I binge watched that one at the beach.
Yeah, we binge watched
or
it at
on
the beginning of
vacation.
COVID.
Yep.
And that was like the last thing I watched.
I do like Paul Giamatti, Sean. Great guy, man. Chris says, disclose your bait or walk the flat earth. I'll disclose that bait. Who could guess what that is? This is how I'm going to hold it. What's that, Travis?
Oh.
What am I holding, BTC? What is that?
Said
What is that? You guys guessed that one. Travis, got a guess?
I have it.
It looks like a rip and wrap.
It is not a production plastic bait.
Huh?
It's not. I painted it with nail polish too, and my dad's gold foil. That's a
Sean, you are
hand-painted
correct.
in the Bass Lab.
That's my problem. All my conspiracy theories are coming true. I need some new ones.
Name one that came true.
Oh, geez.
Oh no.
No, go ahead. Start. Name one.
Uh-oh.
Name one that you and I have discussed that's come true. I'll name the ones that haven't. Solar flare, internet outage, store up on gas, food, and money because things are going down in flames. None of them came true. You made people get cash. Jimmy, big time, is still pissed at you for that. Your dad's still pissed that he had to drive 300 gallons back in his van to Wisconsin because you couldn't use it in your garage. Oh, Matt Pangrak is pissed that he bought all that food that lasts for 25 years.
People listen to you?
They did those things. He tried to call me up and
Good for
convince
you,
me, I'm like,
Travis.
bro, what have you been listening to? I'm like, I'm not doing any of that shit, bro. You're going to pay. No, I'm not. I just debunked 3 of them that you
You'll have to know it too, Eric.
You believed it with every fiber in your body because you called all your buddies to warn them. It didn't happen.
You know how many times? You know how
You
many
said
times
you had
Noah
like
was wrong
connections in
before
the
he was right?
military that it was like you were saying. I guarantee you, internet's going down. They're going to blame it on a solar flare. Okay, great. Show's over. It didn't happen. Yeah, who was your connection in the military that you were squawking about? Your sister in the Air Force? Who was it? Riots that were going to happen in Philadelphia. You were all gunned up and ready to fight. None of it happened. Didn't happen.
Oh shit! Next Monday,
What?
you guys gonna have a live show?
Which ones happened? I'm waiting for the list, bro. You make a big statement like that. What happened?
I don't recall any specific.
Recall you listen to it day in and day out. You talk to me about it on 8-hour drives. What? You have to remember one of them.
Yeah.
What?
I don't.
How can you not? Do you realize the number of hours you spent in your life since I've known you and become close to you, where you consume that on a daily basis?
Yes.
You
Yes.
regret
All right.
that?
Let's talk fishing. Tommy, asked,
baits.
have we ever messed around with the spy bait much yet? I do throw it. I enjoy throwing it. It's a fun way to catch fish, but it's not the most effective way for me. So I don't use it as often, but if I was to use it, I like to throw it on a St. Croix Legend tournament rod, 710 medium light, or they also have I think it's a 710 medium moderate action rod. They actually have a victory rod that was made specifically for spy baits. Eric and I have used that. We like light braid. I like a 5-pound braid to a 6 or 8-pound fluorocarbon leader for my spy baits. Dual Realis in size, we'll go with the 90 size. Perch flavored or natural bait fish. What else we got here?
What do you got, BTC?
None. Spy bait's a great way to lose fish, though.
The good hook.
Tremendous.
Do you ever
Tremendous way to see a 5-pound smallmouth jump and throw you.
Do you ever change out the hooks? Has anybody found the hook for the spy bait that clearly they need to be replaced on the Jackal Riser, the spy bait? Gamakatsu number 8.
No, I know what's gonna get me going. I'll be right back.
Oh boy!
What am I going to do with this tonight, bro?
As long as he doesn't come back with a weapon.
Okay, what's that even mean? Somebody said I was bullying him. Did I bully him into being silent? Holy cow, man! He was all fire and brimstone for years on this show. I'm just saying what came true, and I'm pointing out things that didn't. I gave him the floor. He just didn't want to debate it. Too many questions.
He don't have the energy for that tonight.
Clearly.
Yeah. Is this what you deal with every week?
There have been many shows like this where, this one's been a little tough.
Yeah.
That's why you're here. To ease the pain. What do you got, bro?
Seltzer water.
That's going to get you going?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Is it the carbonation?
Yeah, dude. Wine's a downer, bro. You can't drink wine on a show. I'm all like sleepy-eyed and horny.
I'm a big fan. Big fan of
all red in the face and perked up. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. We're gonna have a special Eclipse Live next week, I guess, according to Lee.
What is that?
That's that eclipse.
Is something gonna happen that I don't know about?
No.
Yeah.
You ain't making another prediction.
There's the X eclipse next Monday.
We understand that. Well, those who have studied it would understand what the X is. The town names that it's going through is very interesting. There's a lot of things that are interesting about this, but it's all on a timeline. It's already written. It's been programmed. We've been through this many, many times. It's not that big of a deal.
And they're firing up the CERN on the same day, Travis.
Are they?
Yeah. What do you mean, are they?
I think CERN is a lot like NASA. It's just a massive tax on the population.
It's what?
It's like NASA. It's basically a fake organization that just uses our tax dollars as a money laundering scheme. That's what CERN is. Exactly what NASA is.
I'm bored with this. I've heard this like 20 times over the last 5 years. You got anything new for me, bro?
I disagree with that.
Because you really do need some new content then. Maybe that's what's eating you. Because that one's played out.
That's a terrible take.
Truly. So if that's all you got, man. Club Soda and CERN, I'm out. I got some more episodes of Fargo.
All right. Let's talk about, I got my notes out here.
You got notes?
You took notes for something?
3 baits that you design, and you can name whatever you want to name them. What are they going to be called?
Interesting. ETC, you go first.
Well, I got to answer this.
Sure.
I'm terrible on the spot. 3 baits I can design and I get to name them. Ah, shit. I don't know. I pass.
Really?
Well, there's definitely an answer, but I just don't know it off the top of my head. It takes a minute. It's a lot of cobwebs, man. Excavate through that and remember that thought.
I would name my bait Reality Crusher.
All right.
I don't know. Fauci.
Fauci.
That'd be a good color.
Fauci.
Yeah. Deep State.
Let's see. The Hogster. There's lots of good ones. The Lowbro, the Crater, the Chomsky,
Flat Earth.
Stank Master, Pete Jablowski Special, the Jablowski Special. Good one.
Who said that?
I don't know.
That's Pete. He's got the orange tag.
Porpoise Popper.
He's
Deep
laying
Fake.
low, but he's in there.
Deep Fake.
No.
The AI.
Mm.
The AI
Perch
Deep Fake.
Pounder. Yeah, there you go. Perch Pounder.
Smallmouth Crush. AI Deep Fake. What
Good
colors you
one.
throwing? Deep Fake.
Whisper
AI.
Wiggle. Glow
Funky.
Guide. Siren Scent.
Pfizer.
Nice. Portal Pounder.
Portal Pounder.
Yeah. These are good.
Oh.
Manson Period Perch.
Period perch.
Oh man.
Yeah. Good, man. Good. Dirty Carpenter.
Dirty Carpenter.
Bass Blitz. Yeah. TC Special. Soak Stick. The Bro Bone Magnum. These are
Vampire
good.
Blood. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good color.
Let's just start our own bait company, guys. You wanna?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why
Let's
let
do
those
it.
companies make all the profits? I'm in.
Let's do it.
For sure. The Seaman. Yep. Limp Stick.
Flugen.
T-Spider. Rock Nest Monster.
I like it.
Squareboat Crankbait. That's brilliant.
Low
What a
T.
creative crowd. These guys are good, man.
Low T.
Damn, there's some real winners in there. Make it have fun.
Yeah.
KD suggests the naked Jessica Alba.
LGBTQ.
No.
No.
Nah, but the naked Jessica Alba's all right. Anybody remember her?
No,
Jessica
Jay Hayes.
Alba?
Did Travis ever win a walleye tournament? Let me dig deep in the plaques here.
I bet you did.
We got a couple in there.
I'm sure. I think you pulled some
2002.
out, didn't you?
2002 was the last
Well,
one.
what was the biggest check you ever got in a walleye derb?
No, not much.
Okay. Man, people are still on this naming thing. It's awesome. Good stuff.
We're not ending it yet.
We're not.
What?
God, I thought it was a good outro right there.
No.
Mhm.
The panhandler.
The
Good one.
manhandler.
The hack jammer. I like it.
Oh, what's this week's topic, you ask?
Yes. What is this week's topic on
Oh,
Bass After
funny
Dark?
you should ask.
I'm glad you asked.
I'm glad you asked. Well, thanks for asking. How does tournament justice work?
Ooh, good one.
How does
Just
what?
how? Just how does tournament justice work? What is the process within that situation? Somebody protests, somebody appeals. How's it all work? Who's involved? Who's on the appeals court? How's it work? How's it go down? Who decides the fate? Who decides to brush it under the rug? You know,
That's a good topic.
that is the topic.
Is it hard to
Yes,
get the guests?
sometimes.
Is that the most difficult? Like how do you, are you able to basically, because I know obviously you have a lot of anglers, right? Professional anglers, and you probably have most of them in your contacts, or you know somebody you can call to get their number. What's
Between
easier?
Ken and I think we don't have issues getting a hold of anybody.
Not getting the whole, okay.
Right, that's not the issue. Not trying to brag or not, but I mean, Ken's known, you know, he knows everybody in the industry. But the hardest part, like when it's a touchy topic, is to get people to come on. You know what I mean? Like we did last week, the topic, and that was all Ken come up with in the Under Fire. You know, how much does the industry control the narrative, right?
Sure.
Like, I mean, you saw that night, you know, guys had to bail, and I mean, for obvious reasons, it wasn't even questionable. But
Well, there was a few shows in the past too where you didn't have your 3 guests.
There was one.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was 2 weeks before that when we followed up. We did part 2 of, you know, is this a youth movement or a technological revolution? And we could not get guys to come on to play the side of the older angler that was critical of the technology. And we legit went through 10 anglers that either a couple of them, you know, declined right off the gate, you know, right off the bat, or agreed and then thought about it for a day and then hit us up and backed out.
Got it.
And I mean, like, you know, and it's not all because of industry pressure. You know, yeah, some guys lost sponsors over their stance. Like I know of at least 1, 2.
Really?
But
Can you
yeah.
Are you can you say who they were or not really?
Well, I mean, everybody knows Zaldane lost a sponsor over having this sort of related. Actually, maybe it's not related, but he lost a sponsor over the MLF thing.
What do you mean?
That wasn't directly. You know what? I shouldn't say that because they say it, so I'm repeating it. I don't know that that's the official from the industry stance, but they had the MLF polygraph guy on their show.
Yep.
And they blame that for him losing 13 Fishing,
wow.
which was just bought by Rapala, who's all in on MLF stuff. That was their spin on it. So
very interesting.
But there's others, and I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, we couldn't get guys to come in. And again, not just the industry, but people with opinions on social media.
Oh, I know why. Okay, the polygraph. Okay, I get it. So 13 Fishing and Rapala, who are also big in I'm just trying to put the puzzle together without.
Well, the whole new Crush City line of baits.
Okay. They have an
Jacob
angler
Wheeler.
who does questionable things per se. And those questionable things were talked about on this podcast about this particular angler. And that's what
I don't know that his name came up or not.
I don't think it
you're
did.
thinking of.
No, I
I
don't
don't know what I'm thinking of. I'm just saying. Somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, we're very neutral here.
Oh yeah. But it's also like social media. I mean, For crying out loud. The things people have no problem typing that may or may not know, oftentimes don't know, but assume and say some pretty nasty things.
Isn't it interesting? And I find this a little bit here on our live chat, but also on your podcast. The amount of opinions and different viewpoints in people that are in the same industry sometimes is kind of mind blowing. How it can be so extreme, right? Like we all kind of love this sport of fishing, yet there is some extreme opinions out there.
Look at you two.
Right.
You two guys are friends, and
well, I think we agree on a lot of things. I think Eric just doesn't. He doesn't. You don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
oh fuck.
Well, I'm just like I can forgive Eric for not understanding how these resets happen, not wanting to put time in research and understanding really what this reality is made up of. I get it. He's a busy guy.
30 seconds,
you know.
And redirect this conversation.
Yeah, we're not going down that road again. I mean, I find laughable what you just said, and I forgive you too, man.
Or
We'll
take
just
the high
never.
road.
No, I am. I've already taken the high road with him, man. I've said, you know, we're just different people with different souls, you know, and different core belief systems, and that's all good, man.
But our souls are
and actually,
on the outside, our souls are together right now.
Yeah, maybe
as one,
maybe, and
you don't feel it.
We
you
certainly.
Feel it.
We certainly disagree on how we both like to fish.
Just
I want to be
reality.
We don't
disagree about the truths.
What are you saying? I don't even know what your truth is, bro. It ain't my truth, that's for sure. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of life, right? That people can have different viewpoints and opinions, right? I just want to be heard and seen. You just want to be heard and seen, right? That's all it is, man.
Really?
Right? So your reality is, I mean,
I don't need to be heard.
Right? Yeah, you do, because you talk loud and you try to convince me, and you talk vociferously and passionately, and you chide me for not believing in those things. Like, come on, man, you know it's true. No, I don't know it's true. And that's how good, Bob. We've had circular conversations for years over it.
Yes.
You continue to try to present evidence to me, and you know, and it just doesn't resonate, and it never will. But some things that we do believe in, like, I mean, I think you used to believe in good water because you got the Berkey thing. I believe in good water.
All we got in common is good water.
No. Good minerals, good food. You want to eat clean. You know, I think you care about clean water for your waterways. I mean, I think you care about good fishing. I think you care about the health of whatever you think this reality is, right? I mean, I think.
Virgin blood
for little Cole. You know, I know you like good minerals for your body. I think you believe minerals and vitamins make a difference in your body.
Okay.
You certainly have spent a lot of money on it over the years, right? I'm down with that, right? You know, I know you don't like forever chemicals because maybe you don't think that anymore. Your body is flesh and blood.
Well,
you know, that you have bones and you've dealt with a lot of health things over the years, and you've wondered about that. I mean, yeah, dude. We talked about some of it on the show. You're taking snake venom for some of it.
A little tingling in my leg. Remember,
dude, I'm totally Eastern versus Western medicine. I'm in that same vein with you. I'm on that same side of that coin for sure. So yeah, there's a lot we have in common.
Remember that pill I was taking?
The snake venom, the Bushmaster snake.
No, the other one that we haven't talked about. We hinted.
What?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that.
Extends.
That one.
We're gonna share this with you live right now.
Extends.
Nope. I can't even say it. We've tried to do this maybe a year.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not tonight. Don't do it tonight.
Come on.
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
I'm not embarrassed by it. It's odd that they described that to me.
Right.
Dude, what?
I didn't even think they could make a pill out of this substance.
Fecal matter.
Nope, you're close.
It's something from a person, yeah.
I don't know that I could have ingested
Message
it.
board.
It's very hard to say. It's very hard to say it out loud.
Message
know.
board. Do your thing, message board. What pill
What
was
do you
Travis
guys think that he
prescribed?
was taking? And for
What
what
part
condition?
of a human body was Travis putting into his body orally
No,
or rectally? Was it suppository?
no.
What are we doing here?
What was the condition they were trying to cure with this
Ah.
Eastern medicine approach? Is that a
I-
clue?
No.
What are you talking about?
Obviously, it was all done in a lab, right?
Yes,
Under-
it's clean.
I would assume under a controlled environment. Everything's sterilized.
We hope so. You never know. Could have been done in some back room.
Yeah.
Diddy sauce?
If you like, I can't even say it, BTC, on
I can't.
the air.
I can't say it either. No, you can't.
Oh, come on.
Like if I said it was
Eric, he wants to.
pick the worst thing you
I'm
can
sorry.
think
I'm
of.
sorry. Being a bad
Pick
fan.
the worst thing you can think of, and then it's not even close to that, and it's worse.
Toe cheese.
Like CCR says urine. Okay, like that's nothing compared to what the hell I was taking.
You were taking it?
The question is, did it work?
I had to let these little tablets soak into my tongue, in my mouth.
Yeah, it was shit.
Dissolve. Huh?
Fecal matter.
No, worse.
Nothing's worse.
Oh, there is.
From a person?
Yeah.
Like a green toenail?
All
Like
right.
a rotted green toenail?
If I tell you, I won't even be able to tell you with a straight face.
All right. Say it with a bent face.
I'm gonna text you it.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
Do that. All right, because I want to know where Eric's at.
Group
He's
text
saying
me
no.
in BTC. Just so we're seeing the same thing.
All right.
He's very excited. Load.
Okay, here we go.
I'm so excited for this text. Jesus Christ, send already. You
He's
got cricket?
picking his words carefully.
Cricket wireless?
Cricket wireless.
Who got bit by the tick? Who got the tick
that,
bite?
man?
Couldn't eat red meat. E.
Not me.
So somebody was on the podcast all the time during COVID that had that tick bite. I know somebody that had got that.
Bassenberger, I would not. No.
I
couldn't do it.
Listening to me.
No, I don't know who got the tick bite. And they talked about it, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Somebody
having
said
trouble
Jim.
spelling this word.
That's a clue.
Having trouble spelling this word?
So this person has to have this medical issue wrong with them in order to make this.
Lips are sealed.
Oh my God. I just got it. Everybody. Look at home.
You can never say this. You can never say it. You can never
What's
say
the
it.
friend-
They have to have that in order for it to
You
do
can
what
never
it's
say
like.
it.
What is it
You can-
treating?
You can never say it. You just can never say it.
And we can't
You
say that either?
No. You just can't. Because you can't tell people. You got to be able to tell people what it was treating.
Well, it was supposed to
Is it-
treat my
Tingling in your
pulsations in my legs.
Your what?
pulsation.
I had
in your
little
leg.
twitches in my legs.
He did.
It twitches in your legs?
Yeah.
Yep.
But you're going
Yeah,
with your hands.
No.
I'm rolling with the twitches in the legs, bro.
So, do you want? Should we tell people?
No. Especially since you said you had to let them dissolve under your tongue and roll it around in your mouth. No. No.
I'm sure it was cleaned really well.
I'm not sure it was cleaned really well. I don't even know how you do that in a lab environment.
Sean might have remembered. I might have said this. Tell us. We'll never
How
mention.
they figured that out?
I know. Like, how do you figure that out? Exactly.
Exactly. I don't. Without the backing, I don't know. No.
Like someone who doesn't have that, it won't work. It has to have that along with that, and then they clean
And then they
it.
create the antibodies.
Yeah.
And then they
I don't know.
shake the antibodies out of their body.
No.
Via their,
No. I'm out. I'm out. I'm going to watch Fargo. I can't do it. I'm taking my Darius King box. And I'm leaving.
Fucking Travis left.
I'm leaving too. Hey, everybody! Thanks for tuning in.
Hold on.
Until next time.
No,
we'll see you on the water. That's an interesting camera angle.
Yeah.
If you're from the side, it makes me think of other things related to how you do that thing. Are you feeling me, BTC?
I can't believe the answer.
I can't. I gotta go.
No, hold on. I want to properly say goodbye here.
Okay. I can't
But
do it.
Let me just try to get this camera angle.
That angle's really bothering me because you know what? Now you know what vision's in my mind with that side camera angle.
Wow. You tried it?
What?
He tried it?
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
I can't.
The cure, the remedy.
He can't even speak, Brian. I'm up.
Let's talk about something else.
It was just bad. I didn't think could be anything worse than like the fecal matter thing.
Yeah.
That's worse.
You were right. You were right.
He was.
The combination of things.
Uh-huh.
I can't even show my face right now.
Wow.
No side effects.
Did it cure you?
Yeah, I feel better.
For better or worse.
And the odd thing is, he had Bushmaster snake pills too.
Oh,
Bushmaster venom.
What the fuck is?
I took some snake venom too, but
he did. That worked too, didn't it?
The hell kind of doctors you go to, bro?
Eastern.
Just a dude that knows his shit for real. Oh yeah.
There's more than shit.
He's very I was having those issues, my legs, and I went to a normal Western doctor, and they within 20 minutes of visiting them and doing a scan
replacement.
He's like, right? We got to cut some veins out of your legs, bud. When you want to come in, when you want to schedule this surgery. I'm like, nah. So then I went to the naturopathic doctor, and we talked about a lot of things, and he said, you don't need your veins cut out. You need to stop eating these types of foods. You need to start taking these types of supplements. And by the way, you're gonna have to take some snake venom and this other little thing.
All of that?
Yeah.
Well, the snake venom was for something else, if I remember the treatment, because we read that up there at the Monster Bass Getaway.
Oh, maybe.
No, we did. Rick read it while you were under the influence of various things. You were very quiet that night.
Okay.
You got really quiet. Oh yeah, you were on a ride. You were on a ride, bro.
Mhm.
No
Very
side effects, just no
introspective.
energy, motivation, or empathy.
What's that?
Whoever, I missed who commented that. Just scroll up there. He gets the prize pack.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Where was it? I missed it.
It's
Andy.
on that.
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
said
the- The empathy part.
I got BTC. Got his funny bone.
That was good.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Man. Well, you go
Right.
for it, don't you, bro?
what's that?
Yes, you go for it.
I do.
He does.
Oh my god.
He's full send. Dude's
Here's
brave,
one.
so I gotta-
Here's either, this is either a good thing or a bad thing. But when I typically
I'd say
when
cut
I,
the friggin' veins out.
when
No
I
way.
commit when I commit to something or want to do something,
You're committed.
I can't multitask. I can organize with the best of them, but
Yes.
I'm pretty freaking full send on whatever it is I got to do.
One track, right? Yes, you are. You devote
Mhm.
all your energy and attention into it.
Yeah. Definitely the type that would join a cult.
Huh.
Yes.
He said,
I often thought about that.
starting one?
I don't want to give away. I'm not going to give away names, but there's a couple. I'm just telling some stories now, guys. Just so I got in a. It was 2 nights ago, maybe. I was reading into some stuff, and then it hit me.
Oh.
This guy was spitting out the truth very loud. A mouthpiece for this particular subject matter. And without looking at YouTube videos or doing anything, it just hit me. I said, this guy is part of some government program. He's living in a different country right now.
Snowden.
And he was born in Washington, D.C., but you would think he's a foreigner. His dad was also part of the CIA at one time, which he briefly mentions. And it hit me. I'm listening to some CIA programmed Godhead figure telling me the truths of this reality, and it started freaking me out. BTC, do you hear where I'm going?
I'm listening, dude. Intently.
Well, that's kind of the story. I felt like I just don't know what to trust anymore, Eric.
Right.
I'm looking for some help.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it offline.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious to hear what you felt you heard.
Okay.
I am always curious. You got to give me that. I do listen.
Your gut.
I ask a lot of questions. I do trust my gut for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be interesting to how did you land on this? Where did you find it? And what were you doing?
Yeah.
With that idle time in the studio.
I'm all in on Project Looking Glass right now.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Good for you. What are you going to do about it?
None.
Exactly.
It's fascinating.
Wonderful.
I'm not changing my life over it.
No, right. It's just,
but it's interesting. And I'll read that or watch that instead of whatever the frig else Netflix stuff.
Who's
does it
that?
Fill you up?
A lot of that Netflix stuff.
Let me ask you a
Fill me
question. Does it bring you joy? Does it give you angst? Or does it spark curiosity? Does it inspire you? Does it make you want to go out and do something? Does it create action in your life, or just wonderment or anger?
I spent all of 1 hour
No, I'm just
watching the
asking
video.
what how did it make you feel? It's a real question. How did it make, and it could be anything. I don't know what your answer is going to
Fascinated.
be.
Fascinated.
Okay.
Um,
That's
you
good.
know, that it's
Fascination is cool.
possibly true. But you know, a little bit concerned if it is true.
Okay.
If it's not true, it's as interesting as any sci-fi or movie script
Mhm.
stuff out there.
Sure.
And a lot of what's out there with movie script stuff you see come out of this. So it's like, or you see a lot of it in Hollywood, I should say.
I'm sure they get a lot of
I
inspiration.
devote a little bit of my mindset or attention to it.
Yeah.
Not a ton, a little bit.
No, fair.
I'm all out on Hollywood. And if you
What do you
want to
mean?
say like what's playing out and coming true, the whole Diddy stuff, I've been hearing about that for years. And
What Diddy stuff?
P. Diddy.
I
All
don't-
that.
what stuff?
What do you mean, bro?
What do you mean?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The allegations, how he's on the run, he fled the country, he flew to all the.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Why? What's he
I
running
guess they
from?
don't play that on 3, 6, and 10.
I don't know what that means. What's that mean?
That means the mainstream news is
You think
burying
I
it.
watched that, right?
Oh, I have
He
no
doesn't.
idea, Eric.
You
He
don't.
doesn't. He
I
doesn't.
don't. Not interested in it. But anyway, so it's not played on the 3, 6, and 10. I've never even heard that before, but all right. That's the news time.
I'm sorry,
3,
that's
6, and
that's
10.
local stations in town here.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So
It's a
they
Philly thing.
buried it.
I guess. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
partake in that either.
So
But
what's he running from?
I don't know.
I think
Sex trafficking.
P. Diddy.
it's a theory,
so
right? Everyone's got opinions. I think
the
the
claim.
FBI raided his house to not find evidence, but get rid of evidence.
Oh, they're helping him?
I believe so.
What's their
Or
why do they
covering
want to
things
help?
up.
Why do they want to help and cover up for P. Diddy?
I think there's a lot more.
If that's the spin, what he's getting at is who it leads to. That's
Mhm.
what Travis is getting at.
If
If that's what they were doing, it's
who's P. Diddy connected with?
So he's a rapper, a like back in the day, he was like,
Uh-huh.
Well, hold
I
on.
don't
You got to
really
listen
know.
with an open mind,
Change
Eric.
his
That is not the
names.
face
I
of
don't
an open
follow
mind.
it, bro.
Not
Sorry,
the face
man.
of an open mind.
I don't
I'm
know,
not playing
man.
this.
Listen, man. No, that's
we won't go down that
that's
road.
cool. That's
We won't
fine.
go down that
That's
road.
fine. It just
All
it
right.
falls apart real quick for me. But anyway, I get it.
Oh, but this is true. This is actually happening. This isn't
What's
like
happening?
bullshit.
This isn't
No, what's happening?
conspiracy.
Which part
They
was
raided
true?
all his properties and
Okay, got it. Got
over
it.
allegations of sex trafficking. And I've been hearing
Okay.
about that in Hollywood for 5 years now or so. And
Right.
you know, like you talk about
But then
things that come
Travis
true.
had the dimension where my brain started to go, they're covering up or trying to hide it because who he's connected. I mean, what?
You got to just let it play out before you make a decision. Just
You do have
hang
to
in
let
there
it
for a
play out.
second.
I think a lot of people, celebrities, people that
Hang
they
in there.
admire and trust.
Oh, you think I trusted P. Diddy like he's an advisor?
No,
to me
I'm
at some
not saying
point in my life, and like, oh my God, I
No.
worship the ground he walks on because his music is cool. What are you
No.
talking about?
No,
What?
I'm not throwing accusations your way, Eric.
No,
Travis
I'm just
is.
wondering, like I might like a song of his, but doesn't mean that I think he's like some God figure or
You don't
above
like
the
any
law.
song of him. I
don't
can't
know,
even
do
name
I?
a song. What's a P. Diddy song?
Hold on, let me
Fuck
see if
if I
I can
know.
find one on my playlist. I don't even know.
Do
I
not
can't
do
name
that.
them. Why? Oh, I'm gonna.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Oh.
search
You're gonna summon
Search.
the.
library. I'm in my Shazam tracks. Let's go to my library. Artists. Let me see if I have any P. Diddy songs.
Or Puff Daddy?
Oh, is that his name too?
Sean
Yeah, you're
Combs?
gonna get Travis's show shut
no
down again.
results. Puff. I'm not gonna play
Good
it.
job, Eric.
Puff
You're the man.
Daddy. No results for Puff Daddy. What's the other one he could be under? What's the other one he could
Do
be
not
under?
know.
Sean
don't
Combs. You know all his aliases. I got nothing. How
This
come
is
I don't
funny.
have anything?
Well, this wasn't your story.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to see if I do have any.
Well, I wouldn't think you would. That's not your type of thing,
Well,
Eric.
what are you talking about? I listen to a little bit of rap. I got
Nice.
some Public Enemy on here.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, old
Hold
school.
on. This one is Harder Than You Think.
Don't play it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's playing in my headphones. Sorry.
No.
What song is it?
I'm a favorite that song. That's a good one. Anyway, Harder Than You Think. Public Enemy. I can recommend that.
Listen, let's change the subject.
Yeah. Gosh,
I'm just saying. And legit, it's been what, less than a week that was sent to me, and kind of found it fascinating.
It's interesting. You guys find things fascinating. I don't pay any attention to. I'm amazed.
No. This is I don't get involved. I like to. This is
You seem to have an opinion that the FBI might be covering things up or not because see, that's your conspiracy.
This is my movie. My movie plays out in reality, not on a TV screen.
No,
my
you
entertainment
think that's your reality.
About P. Diddy and the raids. That's my entertainment.
Right.
I am neutral on it.
You don't sound neutral. You have bias, whether you know it or not. You're never neutral. No, I've never in my entire life. You have
bias too.
Oh hell yeah, I do have bias for sure.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, we all have bias. Everybody watching has bias. That's the human condition. Your beliefs create bias. He's a conspiracy theorist. He thinks there's always something more to it. So that's the show for him because it's got to be deeper. There's got to be a connection.
Listen, I'll admit that I find it interesting. I tend to default to it, but I think I check myself pretty good.
Right.
But I also believe that there's truth in, nothing's all good, nothing's all bad, right?
Didn't say it was. I agree.
Right.
50 Shades of Grey, bro.
And a lot of times the truth falls somewhere in the middle, and there's a lot of shit thrown out there.
Maybe
to
but I'm not
discredit anything that's, I mean, for how many years was Kennedy's assassination a conspiracy?
Don't know. Still is, isn't it?
Still is.
No, I don't know where everybody else is at.
I've watched all that's on it, and I can't find the truth in it. Can you?
I got a pretty good feeling that it wasn't as the story is officially written.
I mean, I haven't read the Warren Report front to back. I watched the Oliver Stone movie. I found that.
What do you think?
Documentaries. I don't know.
You think our government was involved in that?
Don't have a clue.
I don't have a clue either, but I assume they were. I wouldn't doubt it. But I am not an expert on that.
Yeah.
Well,
I will tell you this: the coincidences because again, I keep telling you how this reality is mathematically proven and everything's on timelines. The coincidence between Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, because it is on a timeline, history's always being repeated in this reality. It's very eerie. And let me know in the comments if you know exactly what I'm talking about.
They might.
Is this where Abe Lincoln was a vampire slayer? It was, right?
You watched that movie. There you go. You watched the movie. You just know the title. You know the title.
I heard the title. Yeah, I don't know of it.
Well, here's my reality. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to go watch some more Fargo with my son. I've enjoyed the BTC. You saved the show. You guys can stay on doing after hours. I'm good, man. My reality is I'm gonna have some popcorn.
All right.
Go ahead.
I am going to type in. Congratulations, Wilbur, and thank you for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that did.
Winner of what?
A big gift pack, big box, Monster Bash shirt, boxes.
What newspaper you got there, BTC?
The Bulletin. What
is the Bulletin?
It's an old Philly paper.
How many years old?
I don't know. If I could see.
Is it Is it real reporting in your mind?
Finally, Sean Live, the most
Sean.
trust the science guy we have in our comments. For you to say LBJ had JFK assassinated, that says something. I believe that's true, but I did not think you'd be the one to say it on this chat.
There you go. He studied.
This is from 1982. Eh?
That's unbelievable. What is it doing in your garage?
And this was the final. After
Goodbye.
134 years.
Wow.
In 82,
Is that you?
the bulletin went bye-byes.
That's the last newspaper that publication printed. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I honestly don't really know how I ended up with it.
Newspaper. Devin Willis says,
dude, I did a
those?
job. I remember doing a job for an older lady a bunch of years ago, and she had all these newspapers in her basement from like the 40s, or these would have been 50s, maybe 60s, early 60s. But the way things were written, oh my word.
Yeah.
I guess I really can't say. But they didn't refer to all Americans the same way. Like some people were afforded names and some were just afforded kind of a derogatory term or a slang term. It was just weird reading it. And that was right there in the papers.
Crazy.
Not that many years ago.
It's amazing.
Anyhow, Eric, I didn't mean to make it uncomfortable. I just
dude. No. I mean, look, man. I know it's cool. I know you delve into it. You
a little bit. I don't get
stuff,
crazy.
You know?
I don't get too crazy.
No.
Nobody will ever know the truth.
I think you said you pulled away from it because it was bringing you down for a minute. I thought that was a cool change.
Yeah.
At least you said you did.
Yeah, definitely. And I tried to avoid it forever. But guys like Travis and Brodzik and Freedom Fred. Fred was on here before. yeah. Fred, he was on here, the Brazilian guy.
Oh yeah.
Remember the one guy, like he lives in Florida? We had him
That's
on.
it.
Oh, that's him?
Fred. The guy, the striper fisherman.
Yeah.
He was in Florida, but he lives up here. Yeah. Fred's he's he's originally Brazilian, but and he I had to fucking suspend him for a while from my DMs on Instagram. It's like, dude, fucking stop.
I know, right? It can consume
one DM a day, dude. Knock it off.
It can consume you, man, right? Oh, look at this I just found. Oh, the noise in your head, man. It's coming at everybody from every angle.
Isn't it though?
This reality's getting a little crazy.
I thought you mean this simulation.
Yeah.
I think you messed up when you said reality. But I'm
going to call it this reality, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I mean, that means it's real. Reality, by definition, is real.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you might want to shift your word.
Oh, I got a question. Yeah, so I just saw somebody say, Lee, good on you, buddy. Hit the like button, everybody.
Yeah. Hit the like button, dang it.
Fuck is with that, man? You sit and watch somebody's show for 2 hours and you can't do that? You can't touch the fucking screen and hit the like button?
What does that even do?
The guys,
does it help?
It fucking helps, man. It helps.
I think it does.
Fucking show. And you motherfuckers can't do that? I'm going to curse on your show.
Oh my God, BTC's losing it.
I swear to God, I can't stand that.
Wow.
Like, how do you sit there for 3 fucking hours?
I run the damn show and I don't give a crap if you like it or not.
Fuck face. Fuck up my argument here.
I rarely ask. Sometimes I'll do it because everyone else says it. Don't forget to subscribe and like.
It helps your show get out there. Comments, right?
No, you want to know what helps? talking about topics that are controversial, talking about a new perch colored bait and when you need to throw it, even though you have no idea because you
I
never
get
won
that
a
part. I'm
tournament.
talking about that's what we bring, or that's what the people that put their ass out
The
there
perch colored
for everybody
crankbait
to
does
fucking
so
pick
well, then
on.
why don't you
That's
use it
what
sometimes,
that's
bud,
what those people are putting
and win
out.
a
But the
tournament one?
guys sitting at home, or when I'm sitting at home and I see somebody shit and I like it, or they're my friend, I'm gonna fucking hit the like.
To Travis,
It's
Fire
easy.
Tiger.
It didn't cost
Fire
me a
Tiger.
goddamn thing.
That's a perch colored crankbait, Fire Tiger, for your
I'm
information.
just saying.
It's caught more
Fuck.
upper bay Potomac bass than any other color, I promise you, on the river.
When's the best
And
time to throw? Yeah.
I would anytime. I would smash smallies on this color. And it's a deeper diver. I'm bringing this up. It's going in the game. And I'm going to
Hit the fucking like button.
Dang you guys. Oh my God. Wow. Woo. Oh, he's gone.
Nah, he's around.
No, he's out.
Nah, I see him.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, he just went black. He went dark.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So wrap it up, man. You did the giveaway. I'm about to watch a.
Well, Eric, it's just you and me.
He gone, bro. He gone.
Oh, he's still there.
Well, I don't get it. Now he's just watching. You see him. I don't. I don't see him.
You can make out on the bottom of the screen. You can make out the black outline.
I see a square.
He's not gone. His phone's just upside down.
He's just playing possum right now.
Yeah, he may not know it. I mean,
that's a good one, BTC. That was good, man. BTC. I like it, man. Look at that. Spaceman says, I've caught more smallies on a perch Senko than any other color. BTC does need an after hour. We've had some epic ones. He's waiting for the likes to go up. He's watching you. We know. We know who likes it. That's right. Lee, I've already moved on to watching Fargo. You're right. About 15 minutes ago. We watched it's getting good, man. I'm so juiced up, jacked up.
How many seasons are there?
5. But the first one, if you don't like the first one, then you probably won't like any of them.
I remember a movie called Fargo. Is that nothing to do with it?
Yeah, Coen brothers. They are executive producers of this one too. Yes, it's the same.
Like, do you have to know that movie in order to follow?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Not at all. Nope. Nope. They could stand on their own.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. Spaceman says it's pretty decent.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. BTC was abducted. Now he's gone. Now he's gone. Yeah. All right, man. Wrap it up. Send it out, Travis.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry it was such a lame show tonight.
I'd have to agree.
Life's got to get better from here.
Well, it does, man. Don't you worry. It ain't life. It's a simulation. It's all part of the package. Pre-program, bro. You must want it.
No, the reality is set, but your reality isn't.
You're designing it.
Yes.
Okay, well, speak to your avatar. So whoever's up there, I don't know where they come from.
Well,
person inside, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
very confusing. I have notes and notes on this right here. I typed all these notes out, and yeah. Would you like me to read a sentence?
I would like you to send me a copy. You type that out. You're doing like a Jack Nicholson in The Shining right now.
Yeah, no, this is
all work and no play makes Travis a dull boy. If that's the case, I'm worried. You type this out for what benefit? So you could remember what you think?
My plan was to read this. I wanted to read this every night so it solidifies, and I can totally understand this.
Send me a copy so I can understand what you're thinking. Can have more informed discussions. If you feel comfortable sharing it, I will not share it with anybody. Would you like to read a sentence? I feel like you want to read a sentence for the outro.
Some of it's touchy, you know. It talks about
yeah. Save it for next episode.
Okay, some other time, you guys, we can do
I'm
that.
just saying, pour over your notes and pick some good stuff that you can't just.
Well,
grab
it's
a
all
snippet.
good. I wrote everything down. Everything I wrote down is important to know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take a snippet, do it now. Does there have to be context for just reading a paragraph?
All right, here's a paragraph.
All right, go.
This is some of the notes. Ready?
I'm ready.
Good food for thought here, guys. Listen up.
All right.
We humans were given power, authority, and dominion
I agree so far.
over an existence that responds to our every thought.
Agree.
When man thinks, the universe pays attention. When man speaks, the echo of his intent reverberates throughout the whole creation. When man acts, the universe changes. We are immersed within this creative medium that knows nothing of good and evil, morals, ethics, the ideals of men. It is impersonal and totally up to suggestion and free from precedent. By knowing who I am, the universe knows me, responding by reflecting the reality I project.
Are those your words or somebody else's?
These are all
Did you
just
write
thoughts.
that, or did you?
They're all thoughts
or
that
did you
just
hear?
gathered on this paper for me to unlock the universe.
I just wondered if you heard somebody say that, so you repeated it, or you formed the thought on your own.
No thoughts are formed on your own. All thoughts are part of this simulation. Your mind is a receiver, Eric. You're not forming your own thoughts. You're receiving the thoughts based on your frequencies and the way you want to believe.
Negatory.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's not how it works.
That's how it works for my brain. I don't know about yours. You receive a lot because you listen to a lot.
Uh-huh.
So clearly you're receiving a lot of information. You're nothing but a giant receiver. YouTube is your primary transponder. Right?
Sure.
I think about it. Yeah, I mean, good God Almighty, you spent thousands of hours on YouTube. You are a brain responder for YouTube information. In the early years, I'd call you up and you'd have this thing play. You wouldn't even put it on pause so we could have a conversation. Hello? And it would be in the background. I could hear the words, guy. And it was like this thing, man. It sounded like some cult guy talking to you. Yeah, I was really worried for you, like you're being indoctrinated. It's like I imagined if I wanted to go into a cult, that's what I would listen to. And he had a tone and a cadence to him, which made me worried. Anyway, you definitely are a receiver. Are you going to try to lay
one
some
more paragraph and then we're going to wrap this
All right.
up?
Please.
Because I like this. I like you analyzing this.
All right.
This is important because it really makes you think, and I want to share this from where I'm coming from. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to offend anybody, but
before you say it, why do you think it's important? Why is it important to you?
Why?
Don't tell me about me.
Why
does it resonate?
I had a very hard time understanding this for the general masses. Growing up.
No. Wait a minute. What? Can you repeat what you just said? Why is it important for you to read us this paragraph?
Oh, because it's an important statement based on I think it could help a lot of people if they overlook.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me just read it.
All right. Go.
It might upset some people.
I mean, sure, they can understand it.
Don't hate me.
I'm not
Debate
trying to hate you.
Don't hate me.
I'm not. I was debating you a minute ago.
The prayer of desperation admits a situation for what it is and thus continues it. This is the singular greatest tragedy of human condition. For thousands of years, the religious paradigms have trained generation after generation of the faithful to take their burdens to their God in prayer. an old scheme designed to harm humanity.
You're talking about church, bro, and religion, right?
These billions of people have inadvertently strengthened the negative influences by admitting they existed and that they had no power to alter them. The delusional religionists are trapped in a perpetual cycle of self-destruction. If prayer admitting one's powerless truly worked, then the world would be a different place than it is today. Just food for thought. Basically, what they're saying is if you admit a situation for what it is, if you're praying because you want to have more money, right? You are putting that out there as a situation in your reality, and this simulation, whatever you want to call it, real world, feeds you exactly what you think and what you believe to be true in your mind. Thoughts? It's an interesting concept.
I mean, yeah, it's the concept of religion, right? And prayer and faith, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Right? I mean, that's not the first time I've heard that, right?
No, but I think it goes a lot deeper.
It may not, right? I mean, if you're a religious person, you believe in
I'd
God,
like to,
right?
I'd like to unlock the puzzle. Yeah, I don't care what you call it. Call it.
I mean, I think that's what you said. I mean, prayer, faith, right?
Mm-hmm. You just got to be careful if you do pray. I think you have to. I think you have to come from a prayer of abundance or empathy, or which I'm accused of not having, which I do take offense to, but I try not to. I am a pretty well-balanced, decent person, Eric. I think we know that, but I'm just trying to find my way around this reality. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. And so are the people that follow a God.
True.
Right? That's their reality. That's their reality that they were born into, right? Yeah. And that their parents taught them and their parents' parents taught them, right?
Sure.
And they feel it unlike you. Maybe you do or you don't, right? You pray to another God, which is the simulation God, the God of simulation. That's your religion. I mean, really, it is, right? I mean, if you think
I
about
just laughing at the comments.
Oh, but how passionate you are about what you believe, it's truly become a religion to you. No one can knock you off that devout belief that you have in your mind.
Well, they certainly can, bro. I'm open.
I mean, I get it, but where you are right now, likewise, somebody that follows, whether you're, Jewish or you're a Christian, and I don't profess to know all the religions, or, you grew up in another country and you follow 10,000 gods, right?
Yeah.
Hindu or a Muslim. I mean, they're devout, and some are believers and non-believers in those countries, right? In those different faiths, right? And they leave that religion, right? For whatever reason.
We just got to figure out how to create this reality so we can catch more fish. Huh?
No, but I mean, I hear what you said in the last statement, Mo. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But people are faced with all sorts of different circumstances.
Well, I mean, appreciate that, Lee.
I mean, you're writing this down, sitting in a nice house in, upstate New York, and you came from a household with parents that made a good living, that provided food for you. You went to a good school, I imagine, right? You didn't you probably never went hungry, did you? Did you? You received a pretty good formal education, right? Did you ever go hungry? Did you ever go hungry? Did you ever worry about the clothes you wore when you showed up to school?
Well,
we
didn't have designer clothes. I did get picked on.
So how did that feel?
Well, at the time, I think I was embarrassed.
Right. And would you know, like
now I don't think I would be.
Right, because now you're enlightened, right? You've learned things and you've studied this thing, all these things you've written down, right? From whoever you heard it from, right?
Yeah.
But back then you wouldn't have known.
Right.
But you had food, you had shelter. Maybe you didn't have Jordache, but you had clothes, right?
Jordache, yeah.
I'm just saying, whatever the designer clothes that you would have had then, right?
My mom was a big fan of Walmart, man. We would shop Walmart. Man.
Yeah, man. You know, I shopped at Sears, man. I didn't have the designer jeans, you know.
No. Can you believe that? Do you remember those kids that would go to middle school with their freaking Nike, whatever they are, like the fancy
Well,
shoes?
back in my day, it was like the Lacoste with the alligator and all that kind of stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
My mom grew up poor in Alabama, bro. She didn't have anything. She came from nothing.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, she was, you know, frugal with the funds. But you know, I didn't have a tough upbringing for sure. I'm not saying my house was a happy one because of my parents not necessarily getting along, but you know, I felt safe.
So how do we solve these problems?
Man, I mean,
Are they ours to solve?
I don't know. I mean, can you help? For sure. I mean, I've told you before, my wife volunteers at the food pantry. She's helping families that don't have enough to eat. And she's helping 85 kids have enough to eat on the weekends. That
you know that story you shared earlier about that kid that you found fishing.
Noah.
So you put that out there weeks ago, months ago.
That I wanted to help. That
you were looking for someone like that.
And that's right.
It's, in my opinion, I mean, I believe that because you put that out there, you found probably a great candidate, right? You didn't know his situation. I mean, that's terrible. His mother dying, his dad leaving when he was young. So that kid's got a lot of emotional trauma, right?
Yeah.
That he's got to deal with and try to overcome as he grows into as an adult.
That's right.
And so I think, yeah, exactly. You obviously really wanted to find somebody, and the universe, like, and you weren't like dwelling on it either. Like, you didn't have fear, like, oh, it's not going to happen. Like, you just knew you wanted to help, and opportunity like that popped up. And I believe that that's with anything that we think about and we don't have any negative thoughts about, and or you know, fear.
Right.
When you come from that level of, you know, just, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
No, the energy that you
nothing
put
in it for you, just pure
altruism.
Sure. Yeah.
That's altruistic behavior.
Come together for you. Things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've talked about it a lot. I mean, it's been on my mind for a long time. And, you know, no doubt. I mean, it's not, I did Mike Iovino, when I mentioned it the first time on this show, Mike Iovino called me up and said there's a high school, or there's a younger kid that he wanted me to help. And so I put a box together for him, and his mom saved it till Christmas. And, you know, it was meant a lot to the kid for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I think the energy that you put out into the world is sometimes what you know, you seek and then you find, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't have to talk to the guy, you know, could have just, but you know, I didn't know that Noah, you know, I imagined it was their grandparents, but who I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, they're much older than you could see. I didn't think they had a
Did you have stuff ready to go for someone in your vehicle, or?
No, yeah. I mean, I just gave him a few of my lures, you know, for my stuff I fish with. Yeah. So, and Marty Burns, the Big M, said put a few of his baits in there, and I plan to do that. You know, I'm going to send him a couple flat sides, and GRT Jig said share his address. He's going to send him some stuff. That was really kind. And, you know, I got a bunch of stuff here, obviously. So I'm going to load up a big box and put a Bass Pro gift certificate in there, a free subscription to Bass U, because I won some cards back in the day for free subscriptions. So he'll be able to watch Bass U. He'll be able to get a, you know, Bass Pro Shops rod and reel if he wants a new one. And some lures to fish.
We should
you know?
Yeah, we should probably put some stuff that we know may work or have too many, put a little box together for those situations.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. You know,
yeah. I mean, one thing I know is living up here. So where we came from, you know, the suburbs of Philly, right? There's a lot more money, right, in that area.
Yeah.
So I don't get to see some of the stuff. Living up here, it's obvious there is a lot of hardships and people struggling. And you know, I'm just thankful that my kids have that type of life where they're, you know, exposed and they don't know any better. I'm glad.
Right.
They have that, right? I would hate to have it the other way, obviously, but I mean, they got it made from what I've seen.
Right.
And I think there is a lot of opportunities to do that. You know,
Yeah.
I keep asking Cole in school, like, who do you know that fishes? Like, is there anyone
Yeah.
your friend? And no, like, which is surprising. You think there'd be more people that would fish than back
You
home.
would think.
So
Yeah,
far,
right.
he hasn't come across anyone. At least
That's
maybe he's not
amazing to
asking the question. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably not,
like,
because at that age, I mean,
yeah,
like there's
they're
no going to school,
playing.
go by. Yeah, my dad took me fishing. We caught some white yellow perch this
But when
weekend.
does that start? That's got to be 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there.
When Cole gets the bug, when he's bugging you to go fishing, is probably when it starts.
He's getting there, dude.
That's what I'm saying. When it really gets there, like every weekend, he's going, "Dad, take me fishing." Like,
Yeah.
Dad, I want to go fishing after school. I don't know how you were, but after I delivered my newspapers, I'd go fishing every day.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all I thought.
but you were
consumed
within
me.
a bike ride away, right?
That's
From
true.
something.
Right. No, I could walk to a pond. But
I think
yes,
that's
that was a bike ride away.
like, I'll be honest. If I feel like if we didn't have that creek a half a mile from my house,
Yeah.
it would be different for me. Maybe
Right.
because I was the same with you. I would go down there
Right.
almost daily.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you found friends to fish with, I'm sure, right? I did. Eric Warner, Michael Warner.
Not like you think.
The
few.
Sharons. I mean, yeah, like those were my main fishing buddies when I was growing up. But when I would deliver my newspapers, I was fishing alone. Like I was at the front lake, fishing every day, keeping that bass log book. My trusty fisherman's log right there, man.
Well, I think the main
Can't
thing
believe I
is
kept it.
no, I like what you did. I think we just have to find those opportunities. Obviously, that means you got to talk to people and start a conversation at the boat ramp.
Right.
And you see a kid fishing off the bank.
Right. Yep. That's true.
That's the only. And
I just roll on
I was
over
trying to
there
be funny there. I'll talk to people, but
no. I mean, yeah,
you know what I
You
mean.
gotta
you gotta extend yourself and put yourself out there too.
That's the key.
Like if he was, like if that was his real parent, let's just say it was someone else that they were happy, they were just enjoying the day of fishing. Would you have gone to that extreme for that person? And does that help? You think so?
Yeah.
You don't have to try to find like the most out of luck kid on the on the bank. No. I'm just wondering what your perspective is.
I think a gift. Anytime I've given somebody a gift, I really believe this, man. When people see others doing good, it inspires them to do good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I mean, what's the power of that, right? I don't know.
Well, who knows?
Yeah,
You'll never know.
Yeah, but I believe.
Yeah,
that somebody remembers that act of generosity.
Or just helping someone. I'll give you a quick story and I'll let you go. I know you want to watch your stuff, but I remember one day going to the bridge and it was a flood. A lot of rain the night before. So this river rose and had mud current like I've never seen before. I was just trying to catch a bluegill or whatever the hell I was doing with a bobber, right?
Yep.
And there's an old dude down at the end of the little bridge and he had a stringer of catfish, man. Like, what the heck? And I've never seen like a fish that big, right? I've caught some bullheads, maybe. Catfish was like on my bucket list when you're 8, right?
Sure.
And the dude's like, yeah, man, you got to put a big piece of night crawler and then right here in this slack water. And because what happened was, and I learned this after that day, like for the next 5 years of my life, I could not wait for a flood to make that water turn chocolate because all them freaking catfish from the lake swim up the creek to look for all the
that's amazing
shit floating down. Anyways, that old guy like clued me in, and he probably has no idea, but obviously I'm 30 some years later, I still remember that dude and what he wasn't trying to he just simply showed me what to do. He was leaving. He's like, sit right here and throw this night crawler. Like that's a story I remember. So it obviously had a big impact. And I've caught hundreds of catfish ever since off that bridge doing that during So yeah, simple things like that can go a long way.
They do. I don't know if you remember or not, but one of the reasons I feel so grateful that, you know, we get to talk to 200 and some odd people a week is moments like when you and I were at Susquehanna Fish and Tackle. Do you remember the guy that came up to us?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Vince Torpe. And
Mm-hmm.
he came over to thank us both, to say watching the show inspired him to get out of the house after not wanting to leave his house after COVID. And there was a lot of people like him. Whether you believe in, I know what your feelings are on it, you know, but for him, it was real. And for a lot of people, it was real, and it changed their lives, not for the better. And to know that, you know, whatever we talk about on the show, techniques, it got him inspired. And he's bought stuff from the Bass Lab. He caught his personal best on a technique that I was talking about on the Upper Bay. And that's, to me, that's everything, man. That's why I do it. I love hearing stories, that knowing that a tip we gave or a lure suggestion I've made, and you know, just all the DMs over the years in Instagram where people are like, hey man, I tried this. I got that, you know, Imakatsu bait and outfished my buddy, you know, 5-1. I got my heaviest 5 bass stringer or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, or they got entertained for the night, you know, and they had a shitty day at work and we're making them laugh, right? Or they're trying some new smallmouth technique. You know, something you dropped on the show that they went out and caught a bunch of fish doing it, man. I mean, that's cool. You're helping people without knowing it.
Sure.
You know, that's gratifying. That's gratifying. You know, I'm sure you've answered hundreds of questions in your DMs, and, you know, and people circle back with me frequently and thank me. And I'm sure you got a bunch of that too. So that's always good, man. Yeah. So
heck yeah.
That's cool. Keep it rolling, man. Keep those positive vibes flowing.
Yeah. Couple questions here real quick. Sell jerseys on this catfish kick. Sell jersey. I like to take a straight shank hook and you just, I guess what you were describing, the worm ball, you just keep hooking that night crawler around and then cast it out. I don't do like one, you know, what's it called, man? Put that night crawler all on that hook. Don't just put the front of it on the hook. That's my catfish tip of the day, guys.
Thread it on.
Thread it on. No, don't thread it on. Kind of.
No, like thread it in a like.
Yeah,
and then wrap it around like so. It's
some of that question about your rod tape. Maybe you can answer that too. I don't know where it went.
What rod tape? Oh, what I use? Oh man, I just go get the. I like the one I like the most is. Oh my gosh, I've used head. It's racquetball overgrip.
No. The question is, why do you tape your reels on your NRX rods?
Oh, I just like the feel of it.
Yeah,
it gives me a little extra. Not like I have giant hands, but
I like it too.
Yeah,
it takes
like
some time to do it.
Yeah, see that little I don't know, I got like a little knot on my knuckle from fishing, and it's a callus actually, and it's right on the bone. And you know, I'll wrap it not just around the cork, but I'll wrap it around the metal reel seat on a spinning reel. And so, and you know, some reel seats aren't really comfortable, you know, the connection points. And so I'll build them up so I have a level surface to grip.
I wonder if because to be honest with you, a roll of that's what? I mean, it's $8, $9, $10 a roll.
No, I get like 3 for $5. You can get them online cheap. Yeah, like go to Amazon. You can get buckets of that stuff. Like they sell like 36 in a plastic bucket, and it's super cheap at that point.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I used to get goofy and like green wrap was my frog rod, you know, red wraps for my cranks. And then I started going, well, you know, whatever.
I wonder if I should start. I did it on my jerkbait rod.
Yeah.
And I felt like
you really identify your rod. You know, like if your jerkbait rod, how many you have.
Oh no, I'm just talking about using it.
The feel of it. Yeah. Did you like it?
Jerk and things like that. I think there's definitely there's something to it.
Yeah.
I just felt
like little gel pads, like you know, like there's certain areas on a reel seat that don't feel good on your hands, especially if you're doing a pretty aggressive action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
I've tried all sorts of stuff, man. I've cut stuff out of like thicker tennis racket over grips.
Well, so
stuck it on the metal part. Like when I go down to here's a great example. I don't know that anybody else does this. So when I go to the beach and I fish for Spanish mackerel, cobia, you know, but mostly I'm targeting Spanish mackerel and some Taylor blues. The way I jig is to literally grip my rod and it's upside down. So my rod, I'm holding, the butt is in the air. My rod is headed down through my hand like this. And it's this motion. Boom, boom. And that plug to make that 7/8 ounce, almost an ounce lure dance like this in the water. I mean, I'm sending it as far as I can out with like 10-pound braid to a 30-pound fluorocarbon leader. And I'm jerking it hard. Dude, it'll wear you out and it'll hurt your hands. So any cushion that I could put on that metal reel seat that comes down off my rod that connects to the reel feels way better. So I'll tape that shit up good.
Yeah. On my ice fishing rods, I just took a reel to connect them. I used hockey tape, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Which was
that's super cheap.
Yep.
Get a big ass roll cheap. Yeah. I just didn't like the hockey tape because glue would come off over time if it got hot, but you don't have to worry about it because you're fishing ice.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's all sorts of overgrip material out there.
I get it.
Yeah, man. How's that reel seat? Pretty comfortable?
It really is.
Like
yeah. There was a couple questions earlier too about the St. Croix, the new handles, the Trigon. I feel it's I think it's very comfortable. It's different, right? But it's comfortable. Yeah. It's just it would be different if you used them all the time. But yeah, I think it's a great reel seat in these rods for sure. But I can see your point too with wrapping it, especially because everyone's different, right? And you want. I thought about it. Like I was going to take time to do some of my rods or all of them. With the tape and color code them and all that. And I just did the jerkbait rods, and I felt like it definitely made a difference. So
yeah, that's neat. That's neat.
No,
I love it, man. I've been doing it for a long time. And then Bass Pro Shops came out with it. I'm like, dang, I should have marketed that. Like,
you were using stuff before they even marketed for reels, for rods and reels.
I've never seen anybody do it. I did it when I came in. Hold on, I'll tell you the year, 1996. When I came in, there was the 1996 Bassmaster Top 100 on the Potomac River. Ken McIntosh was one of my pros. Go, what is that? What is that on your reel, dude? What is that tape? And I go, dude, it's just racquetball grip tape, because I used overgrip when I played racquetball at Maryland in 1985. You know, when I was a senior. I mean, I played a lot of racquetball before my senior year. But then I thought about it as I was bass fishing, going, man, the cork could get grimy, slick.
Sure.
And there was a way to clean it back then too. But I'm like, let me try this on it. And I didn't like some of the hard features on the reels, you know. Yeah, especially on the spinning reel. Because you know, I would jerk bait back then with a spinning rod sometimes.
You ever get into where you put those pads on the reel handles?
You're damn right I do.
Really?
I cut the because they make a bat tape, right? So bat for baseball bats, and it's way thicker. And so I would cut a V, and it's got sticky on the back, right? Because you're putting it on a bat. So I would cut a V in the shape of the metal part that comes right off the reel seat, and then I would tape the over grip tape, and so that would really be comfy. And then my daughter, who skated, had some gel pads that they would put in their skates, like gel. And I would tape that onto certain parts of my reel seat, man. It made my hands feel way better. I mean, because I like to wind, I like to crank. So you know, I mean, when you're winding and you're power fishing, you're making a lot of presentations.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how me and Scooter won. It was not sitting there waiting to cast at a fish that we saw on the screen.
And you're wrapping as tight as you can.
I don't wrap it super tight, but I wrap it tight, a little bit of overgrip on it for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I mean, you can make it look like a samurai sword. Maybe you can put some cord on your handle, and then you could wrap over that like a piece of string. It will be like, it would have extra ridges.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some.
You could do all sorts of cool
it.
stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good.
It's cool. Yeah. All right.
All right, guys. Eric wants to go watch Fargo. I'm gonna go to bed.
Right on, man. Right on,
Good
brother.
show tonight.
Way to shave the show.
We're a little everywhere tonight.
Always. But that's what makes it interesting. Who's next week? We got James Watson.
Yeah.
Or do you want to get somebody else?
I don't know. I do want to have him on. I think it would be important, but I'm wondering if I should watch the if he's on with
Luke Duncan.
Luke. I wonder if I shouldn't watch it. That way I don't have any preconceived notions or questions. But at the same time,
right.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
But we're going to try to get him on here. Probably, it might not be next week, but the following. He did say once he would be willing to do it.
All right.
I think him and Luke are buds, and so he wanted to come on Luke's first. But I think it'd be interesting to hear his take, obviously, and and maybe I will go over there and look at it. I don't know.
All right.
It would be interesting to see what happens, because now they're talking. I don't know. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but obviously that's his livelihood. That's his. He's a professional angler. He got banned from something, and he can't just jump into the elites, right? You have to qualify.
Right.
I mean, is there lawsuits? Is there things down the road? I don't know how that plays out. So we'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
All
awesome, man. All right, man. Until
there you go, guys.
Take us out.
Until next time, we'll see you guys on the water. All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Peace.